What? Oh,
The
the
Rolling
shirt?
Loud no jumper.
You know, one thing I realized about that shirt that I don't like is that it makes me feel like I'm wearing a chain. And
You hate chains.
I just don't wear chains. So it's like
What do you think about Trevor's pants?
that shirt, his pants. Actually, I
Super
fuck
trop-
with those.
super
Yeah.
tropical.
I mean, it's summertime. It's like you need clothing that will sort of complement the
It is
summer.
summertime.
You know, you need like a paisley pair of shorts. You need a dusty blue pair of khaki shorts with a little bit of doo-doo crust on it,
I
right?
don't think I want to see you wear that.
No.
Are we live?
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
Hi.
but don't you feel like there's something about summer where you just need summery clothes? Like I could wear a black hoodie all winter, but then summer, I want to dress a little bit daintier. I want to be a dandy, if you will.
Like wear more pastels and flowy shirts.
You want to show your free spirit.
You
Like
want to show off your body. That's what
summer,
it sounds
summer
like.
is like 4 months of Coachella.
I mean, for people in LA, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or anywhere hot. It's like,
mean, I feel
let's
like
let's let loose.
It's Coachella for people in LA all the time.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We're so
Except for
goddamn
like
close.
one month. I mean, it feels crazy because it is almost June and I don't know, it doesn't feel like it. Just so south and this is so north.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's a problem.
I'm not giving explicit coordinates, right?
No.
No. Okay.
I don't think so. And also,
Yeah.
I don't know. How many stalkers do we have watching this who would want to find out where you live and show up with a gun? And you think you have a few?
Me personally?
Yeah.
I think you have a few.
True. But I will say this, though, is that I had a girlfriend back in the day who was not very clouded up. And she had a stalker that actually kind of like ruined her life for a few years there.
Oh, that's creepy.
And it's pretty fucking wild when I think about it, especially because it's like, you know, now I have a girlfriend who's got like 4 million followers or some shit. And
Yeah.
she's never really like had this like overwhelming problem with it. You know, like this other girl had like people showing up at her work and shit.
Jesus Christ.
Not people, like one crazy guy that
This
thought
is
that
a Brooklyn girl?
thought he was like in love with her or some shit. Like he thought he knew her.
How do you, as a man, protect your girlfriend?
Well, it's a weird feeling because it's like, well, number one, I lived on the West Coast and she lived on the East Coast. But even when I'm around, it's not like she ever knew when he was gonna pop up. It's not
Yeah.
like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna form a posse. And like he lived in like another state. We're gonna get a posse together. We're gonna drive
Yes.
to the state. Hey, you leave her alone. All right, peace out. 4 hours back.
I can't imagine, like, so you've never been in, like, direct contact with him?
No, I was never around him. She only I think only got to be around him one time when he showed up at her work, which was insane because then like all her coworkers were like in on this, all of it. Because like they had probably heard her talk about it a lot, but then all of a sudden, boom, it's like a real thing. He's here.
I can't even imagine, like, what you have to go through to, like, get a restraining order on someone.
Yeah, I think it's very hard, and especially when
Yeah.
like the vast majority of the harassment was him emailing her. How do you call the cops and convince them that they should worry about a series of threatening, weird, creepy emails? You know, that's kind of like the definitive thing that the cops don't give a fuck about. Like, what are you gonna do?
I mean, it sucks because it's like you can send all these creepy, scary emails and then they don't care, but then they care when it's too late to care.
Exactly. Somebody shows up. That's why it's like kind of bullshit to think that you're really supposed to rely. That's why I don't understand people who think that people shouldn't have guns. It's like, you really think that you're going to be able to rely on the cops like all the time? The cops kind of like explicitly don't care or aren't even pretending to care until shit gets to a certain level or until it's right in front of their face, right?
I'm not on one side or the other about having a gun, just because I mean, maybe I need to read up more on the laws in California, but like, what exactly would happen if someone, let's say I have a stalker and he shows up to my house trying to kill me or whatever? What is like the self-defense laws on if I do fucking shoot him and kill him?
Well, if you legally have a gun, then
Yeah.
yeah, you could definitely shoot him and kill him.
Oh, then that's just self-defense. You don't have to go to jail or anything.
No, yeah, that's self-defense. I mean,
I just can't imagine
there
like
might be
shooting
other.
someone.
I mean, listen, if he's running away, and you shoot him in the back,
Yeah.
then you got a problem, perhaps. Not in every state. I'm not 100% sure
But
about
then
California,
what if you have to do that? Because if you don't do that, then he's gonna come back the next day while you're sleeping.
I mean, you can kill someone because of an immediate threat.
Okay.
You couldn't kill him because you're scared about what he's going to do next week.
What? Who knows? If you don't do it now, he's gonna just come back and kill you in your sleep.
But the world would be such a different place if you were allowed to carry out like long-term vigilante missions. Like I used to watch a lot of Batman and X-Men as a kid and really kind of think like this is what I want to get into when I'm older. Like I want to go beat up bad guys. Like
Put on your Glory Boys jersey at night. Put on a fucking ski mask.
I mean, in a lot of ways, being a rapper is like becoming like the villain in the movie. You know, like you get all these weird chains, you get to wear all these cool outfits and stuff.
You turn into a fucking character.
You sort of like go on camera and talk about all this bad shit. Like you're down to kill somebody. Like, you know, you're like the Joker. Like when he comes on what's he do? He takes over the TV station and he comes on air and he tells everybody like, hey, like basically I'm going to kill all of you. I'm pure evil. Here's all the bad stuff I'm going to do. Not that every rapper does that, but that's kind of like what 6ix9ine is doing right now. 6ix9ine and the Joker have a lot in common.
So then do you think that we are the, what's it called, Superman? We're the heroes.
Us? Yes.
Yes.
Me, you, DJ Vlad, Academics, Dom is Alive, etc. are basically the superheroes because
we're telling the truth.
Because what can you do to defeat a supervillain besides spread the truth about how evil the villain is? Like in reality, we can't go, and also they're opposing gang members of like, you know, the 9 Trey Bloods are also superheroes in my opinion.
Billy Otto.
Billy Otto is a superhero
Otto?
because he's out here trying to defeat 6ix9ine.
I saw that interview. He brought the book out. He brought the facts. Apparently, he brought a jacket. I haven't seen that part yet.
The jacket was pretty funny, just because Bosco made a response video about the jacket, and he's like, "Why you got memorabilia, blood? Hey, blood!" Everybody go search Bosco 100 Billy Otto and just watch this video from a few days ago where he's just talking about.
Tell me the context of like what made him bring out this jacket. Did you ask him to bring like a piece of fabric of 6ix9ine's?
No, like it's a fucking newspaper. They just hold it up to like date it. No, it wasn't really like that at all. Can you put up the thing so I can see the viewers? No, I don't know what exactly he was trying to accomplish by pulling out 6ix9ine's jacket, but it was interesting because it's like I do remember that jacket. Like he wore that jacket in a few different media appearances or whatever the case might be. So I do remember the jacket, but at the same time, like it is kind of weird to just like have another guy's jacket after a few years. And I empathize with Bosco when he wanted to make that point.
I wonder if he's gonna sell it.
I think he's down.
Like he could.
Isn't he saying like 10 racks or something? I feel like selling it would be good.
He could definitely sell it on Grailed.
But dude, I mean, this podcast creates monsters because now Billy Otto has like at Billy Otto promo, and he's just out here selling promo.
That's not a fake account. That's his.
That's him. I saw him promoting on his Instagram today.
What is he promoting? Like people's music and stuff?
Probably your music or your OnlyFans or I don't know exactly. Is he I haven't seen someone making a separate account to sell promo. Right, and that is.
And he posts a promo on there or his regular page?
No, he posted on the other page, which is the confusing thing about it because theoretically when
he
people
made an ad page.
When people want to buy promo, it's because they want to sort of like take advantage of the followers that you do have. So if you make a new page that doesn't have many followers,
what's the point?
What are they buying?
Trying to imagine like Black China making like a promo page.
Black China promo. You don't get any Black China, but you get all the shit that she's promoing.
Yeah.
Really, when you do promo though, that's what you're doing is you're sort of like
integrating it into your account.
Chopping up a bit of integrity that you might otherwise have in your content, and then boom, no. By the way, Plug and Play. I'm very, very excited to let everybody know that we are once again sponsored by Plug and Play. I've been having a great time with this fucking device. Let me see right here. Oh yeah, remember I couldn't open it last time?
No,
I don't think we're not going to have that problem anymore, right?
You got it.
I squeezed the sides,
now
right?
I'm having a problem.
Oh, there it is. Boom.
Oh wait, no. I can't
and just like that. Look, I got a different flavor right now.
I know. I like all the flavors. I'm holding a pineapple cooler.
There's
also. Tangy cream. I think it was for you. Tangy cream.
Tangy, probably.
It's spelled Tangy.
Really? I was going to say
maybe,
in America.
No.
Probably. Yeah, you know, Tangy sounds
I'm in America
right.
too, asshole.
Yeah, that's true. Well, they do. They have a lot of different flavors. They have strawberry champagne, apple slushy, grape soda.
Yum.
Plug and Play is fully licensed, tested, and compliant. They're only available in California at the moment at authorized licensed dispensaries. You should make sure you go and check out their Instagram and YouTube channel. Link is in the description. And thank you to Plug Play for their continued support. So
thank you.
I did want to just throw that out there. This is nice for me because sometimes now that I have a pregnant girlfriend and a baby on the way, I don't always want to just like chief a huge oversized 1 ounce blunt.
Definitely don't do that.
It's a little egregious. Instead, I just bust out this pen, grab a little hit. All of a sudden, I'm back to normal. I forget about the fact that I'm losing my mind.
Do you blow it in the same vicinity as her?
No, I'll blow it in the other direction. Although I'm pretty sure that smoking weed when you're pregnant is not that big a deal.
I know we talked about this before, but like, I don't know. That freaks me out.
No, I totally don't blame you. Yeah. But I think also like it just isn't as big. Like I think there's an idea of sanctity for a baby where nobody wants to like be the person drinking when they have a baby. But realistically, it's like if you do drink a little bit, it's not that big a deal, you know? It's just like people like a hard, fast line, you know? Like they like a very solid rule. I mean, in Lena's case, she doesn't drink or smoke weed, so it's not really an issue, but...
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like a embryo is such a sacred little being that you have to just, I don't know, you can't even drink coffee or Monsters or anything.
Actually, that is not as bad as apparently they say, because Lena at first was being very hardcore about not having any coffee. And
yeah, I heard that coffee is not that bad, but I don't think that drinking 5 cups a day would be good, but that's not good even if you're not pregnant.
She cut back a lot, but she's still having a little bit of it. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, like I act and turn into a fucking crackhead every day off coffee. Like there's a period in my day where I've had too much coffee always, and I'm acting very like, you know, like overpowered.
Roids.
I could take a big old swig of this and it might happen again. No, I'm not on the roids. I haven't even been working out.
No, fuck, what is it called? Yerba mate. That shit's really good.
Is that the shit that's in Red Bull, or no? That's some fucking other drink.
I don't know. It's like
right?
another company, and
I'm
I don't
gonna
know.
hit the plug and play just so you know.
Okay, I didn't bring mine. Yeah, the yerba mate. I didn't know that it was like an energy drink. Cause House Phone had one a couple weeks ago on when we were doing the donation live stream. And he let me have some, and I went home. I couldn't sleep till like fucking 6 a.m. and I had no idea why. I texted him like, "What was that fucking yerba mate you gave me?" Realized it's a fucking energy drink.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
it's no joke.
It's pretty nice. I like it. It doesn't give you like a crazy rush that like Monsters or Rockstars give you.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I kind of love that.
I like it.
Honestly, like at this point in my life, if I have a sugar-free Red Bull, which is kind of my thing,
yeah,
it's a little too much. I get a little too.
I don't think I've ever drank a full-on straight up Rockstar.
I remember.
Or energy drink.
I remember the first time that I had a Red Bull.
Oh wait, no, I have had Red Bulls. The yellow Red Bull with vodka is the best.
That's what you like? Yeah. You're that kind of girl?
That's
I
what I
forget
like
that you
to
love
order.
drinking.
I don't love drinking.
Well, with vodka, you have to throw the vodka in.
I mean,
vodka makes taste things worse.
I don't know. I don't imagine it with like.
Worse.
Imagine drinking a yellow Red Bull pineapple flavored with like a dark liquor. That doesn't sound good. Like Jägermeister.
No.
No, you have to drink it with like a clear liquor.
Whenever I think about drinking like diet Red Bull, like sugar-free Red Bull with vodka, I think about being at like a shitty ass event, like a show for a rapper or something where they have free drinks, and I'm not used to having that feeling of like vodka with Red Bull unless I'm in an environment that I really don't want to be in.
If you try the yellow Red Bull with the vodka, you'll think otherwise.
I'm not drinking vodka for any reason.
I love vodka.
Do you just drink in the crib?
No.
You don't drink ever unless you go out?
Yeah, I don't drink. I don't drink because I need a kickback. I'm gonna lay a brewski or whatever.
I would never. Yeah, I could never imagine.
I can't do that, but because I don't like drinking to get drunk. I mean, I don't like drinking just to drink. I like drinking to loosen up and have fun. And I'm
in
not
a social situation where otherwise you're gonna be stiff as a board.
I'm not gonna be stiff. Yeah, it just helps me loosen up. I guess. Yeah, just stand there like this.
Yeah. No, I mean that's. Yeah, that's a big reason to drink, and that's the reason why, like, say I was to go to like a big social event tomorrow, probably might.
It's nice to have a little drink in your hand.
Because you know what? Everybody else is going to be drinking. They're all acting stupid as fuck, annoying as fuck, and so
it helps you deal with the stupids.
Right, because there's nothing worse than being around a bunch of drunk people when you're totally sober. They're enjoying everything. They think everything's so funny. Look at that guy. Look how funny he looks, and you're just like. I'm just not here for it. I don't think this is as funny as you think it is.
The funniest part is okay, so let's say I show up to DJ at like a club, and I'm gonna show up I DJ from 1 to 2 or whatever, and that's like the peak hours of people being very fucking drunk before they go home.
Like almost nobody there is even close to sober. If you meet another sober person, it's like you're in fucking Japan and you run into another person from Rhode Island. It's
from
that
Nashua,
rare.
New Hampshire.
Yeah, from Nashua, New Hampshire.
No, so then I'll show up, let's say like 15 minutes before. I'm completely sober because I came from home and I'm trying to like get ready and rush to where I need to be. So I'll show up sober as a goat. I don't know if that's a saying. And then by the time I'm done DJing, everyone's just fucking bonkers off their mind, and I'm just like sober, like, hey, hi. So it's a pretty awkward experience.
Yeah, and I mean, the more fucked up people there are, the worse it is. Like when I was in Australia, I went to Australia for like 2 weeks during the summer, and it was just me, Jason, Tony, and Lena. And, you know, we're a bunch of fun. We have a good time, but like we weren't drinking at the festivals where we're supposed to be like you know, I'm supposed to be getting
It's
on
hard
stage.
it's hard to get
and
drunk at festivals.
We're recording, we're doing interviews backstage and stuff. It's like, you know, my experience at the festival is like, I'm going to be there for like 10 hours. So I'm not really thinking about getting drunk, you know?
Yeah.
And then like you're looking at the people and they're so fucked up. And you're thinking like, dude, like if I wasn't here working and I was like 10 years younger, I would be here that fucked up, trying to have sex with other people who are that fucked up. And that is really kind of scary. Like, wow, most people are just putting themselves in these situations that are really like outlandish. Like when you think a lot of those people are driving. Let's throw that out there too.
Yeah, that part's scary. I was going to say, you're making this seem like a totally not fun thing, and it is.
As a 36-year-old man, it just doesn't seem as fun to me as it used to. Yeah, the whole.
You want to see your favorite rappers or your favorite artists, and you want to be a little bit drunk. Okay, maybe a lot drunk or
not even
up.
drunk, but just, I mean, drunk
Yeah.
is understandable for sure. What about just like taking a couple of capsules of Molly and just. Because
You gotta have the DD or your mom pick you up.
the drunk people don't really like freak me out that bad, but the people
Yeah,
who
it's
are
the people.
are off Molly and are like fucking coming out of their skin. I was in fucking Australia and I was just standing like near the crowd.
Yeah.
And a girl fucking tried to grab me and make out with me, and she was like so
wow.
off the Molly. I felt like she was like a demon, like a monster.
A Molly demon.
She was. It was like so terrifying. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, look at what the Molly has turned this fucking girl into. She can't even control herself at all.
Not being on Molly around a group of people on Molly is terrifying. They are like fucking creatures, like zombie creatures that are just gonna like eat your flesh.
Right. 100%. Hey, let me ask you this. Have you ever done nitrous? Whippets? I know you didn't see my video yet, but I put up my video about
I
them.
heard about it. I saw the, what's it called?
Instagram story promotion?
No, not that. I saw the picture of what is his name?
Steve-O.
From Steve. I saw the Steve-O picture you posted on Twitter, and then I also saw people Photoshop a YSL chain on him.
I think Ain't Nobody Cool did that first, just for the record. But yeah.
That was hilarious.
I should have used their picture.
It was so funny. Have I tried whippets? I tried one time, maybe a few years back, and it was very fucking stupid.
What was the scenario?
Scenario was people were getting really fucked up at someone's house. It was late, and they just had whippets, and they're like, "Do you want to try one?" And I was like, "Sure." I'm fucked up enough to try something stupid,
Yeah.
and I tried it, and I didn't like it.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I feel like
It was a crazy experience also because they were really trying to get one of my friends to like pass out. I don't know if this is like a thing you do on whippets, but like one person had the thing in his mouth, and then the other person was like closing his like mouth or like whatever to like make him, I don't know, suffocate and like pass out or something. I don't know if that's like a whippet thing.
I mean, that says a lot about the stupidity that sort of goes into the whole whippet mentality that
It
people
was
really are.
stupid. There was
It's a game where you're trying to take losing brain cells to an
another
extreme.
level.
Did you ever do the thing? We'll go back to whippets in a second. But
Oh, I
did you ever
remember
do the
that.
thing as a kid where you'd like hold yourself like up against the wall and cut off the breathing and you just sort of like pass out for like 30 seconds or whatever? Josh is nodding. He did it. I guess it's
I
a New
remember-
Hampshire thing.
No, I remember that being a thing, but like I don't know, I always got scared of like losing brain cells and like passing
Yeah.
out. I was never like into passing
Like that
out.
passing out thing. Like I remember maybe like one or two nights where me and one of my friends would have a sleepover and we would be fucking around doing
Let's
it. But
pass out.
yeah, like, but I mean, we didn't know about drugs yet. Like, we had never even smoked weed. I'm probably like 11 in the story. You know,
Oh
I'm
my
like, I'm like
God.
really young, so I'm like starting to get into that mentality of like you want to do fucked up shit. Like around 11 or 12 is when I started to like go to the Rite Aid and like steal some shit. You know, steal a condom. I'm like
Like,
5 years
whoa.
away from losing my virginity. I'm gonna go get me a condom. I'm gonna use this
You
one
think
day.
you're so badass.
Yeah, totally. And but yeah, I mean the whippet thing, like I said in the video, like I've tried it a few times throughout my life. To be totally honest, I think it feels good. Like it is a enjoyable like minute or two. But
It lasts so short.
yeah, that's like the
For
bizarre
the
thing
amount
about
of
it.
brain cells you're losing, it's not worth it.
Right.
And
Like-
I don't want to fucking idolize it just because, like, how kids, whatever, want to drink lean because they saw Future. I don't want the kids to watch this or see, like, Gunna saying, like, oh, whip it or whatever.
Yeah.
And do it.
I wonder
It's
if
so
Gunna is
bad.
going to repent at all, because this is the new development that we have today is that, let me just
saw that.
let me read this post from DJ Booth about the whippets. DJ Booth, which is a blog that writes about music and whatnot, they posted up, We removed a recent tweet promoting Gunna's new Genius interview from this past Friday in light of his inappropriate behavior on Instagram Live on Monday. DJ Booth does not condone the use of whippets or any aerosol-based drugs. Now, a lot of people were pointing out, like, absolutely destroying them for this because I don't think it's very logically consistent. The fact is that, you know, yeah, Gunna is doing a whippet there, and whippets are bad for you. But lean and Xanax and all these other drugs that are quite popular in rap, and there's like a million songs written about them, and we all have footage of rappers doing them. Objectively, I would probably rather have. I would rather sit here and do a bunch of whippets than, you know, drink a bunch of fucking lean or like do a bunch of pills or whatever. Like, I think that the whippets are probably safer. It's not like.
Think?
Yeah, it's not like whippets are
But
like.
if you're doing like 20 cans.
Right, no, there's totally like a scenario in the long term where you could really get fucked up on whippets, but it's like in the short term, like you could definitely like take a Xan, it has fentanyl in it, and you're dead. Like that is way more likely. And there's rappers who have fucking anthems about Xanax and shit. So if they're gonna hold Gunna to this standard of like, oh, we're not even gonna repost an interview that you did with another publication because you did a whippet one time on social media. I mean, by that logic, they should also not post anything from Young Thug pretty much because he's been like posing with the whippet dispenser. They should not post anything from Shoreline Mafia. There's just no, it just really doesn't make any fucking sense. And it's just a strange place to draw the line. Like if you were gonna draw the line, maybe draw the line with opiates in general.
Yeah.
That would be logically consistent and I would respect it, even though it also would mean that you're not covering a huge percentage of rappers.
Okay, to play devil's advocate, they did say that they're, you know, giving him the spank on the wrist because of him doing it on Instagram Live. Has anyone done, let's say, okay, I'm sure people have drank lean on Instagram Live, but
Infinite.
they
people.
have it in a cup where it's like you can't really prove like, okay, you know.
But people have the pints out. They have the actual pharmaceutical fucking bottle. There's like infinite pictures of rappers posing with the bottles. There's pictures of rappers posing with 1,000 fucking Xanax pills and all this kind of shit. Like, I mean, it's not like Gunna did anything new. If anything, taking one fucking aerosol hit on live is like,
and then saying slat and ending it.
yeah, it's like, it's really not, you know. I made my video because I thought that it was worth discussing the whippet thing, but I'm certainly not in a position where I'm trying to like demonize it or act like it's any worse than like anything else. It's like realistically, I think the idea that you're gonna take this rapper and no longer show him on your platform just because he did this, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense no matter how you go about explaining it. Maybe their attitude is like, oh, this seems to be like kind of a new phenomenon in rap, so we're trying to nip it in the bud.
It sounds
Boom,
like that.
we're not going to support you.
But did they say they're infinitely like done with him, or is it just like we remove this one post?
Yeah, they removed one post, which in itself is almost like more baffling because it's like, so you're retroactively going to remove a post from last Friday because of something that he did on Monday. And I don't know. Does that make sense to anyone? It doesn't really make sense to me. I'm sure. I think that there's probably a pretty decent likelihood that Gunna might sort of stop showing the whippets just because he's kind of like getting the reputation for being the whippet guy now, which is sort of strange. Like he is in my thumbnail about that video. He definitely like is sort of like, you know, like Thug. I mean, he's posing with the dispenser on his head. I'm assuming that Thug is out here fucking with the whippets too, but Gunna is sort of like carrying the fucking flag. Don't you think somebody on his management team is maybe like, Gunna, I think maybe like for the brands, yeah, because that's what they'll fucking do. If they really want to stop rappers from talking about nitrous, they'll start to attack the brands that fuck with rappers.
Before I came here, I just watched the Gunna interview with Breakfast Club.
How was that?
I mean, I watched it because in the title it talked about him talking about the Crime Stoppers video. And I wanted to see what he had to say about that. But I wish they did the interview with him now so I could see what he has to say about the whippet phenomenon.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I don't think I'm ever going to see Gunna interview and want to click it. He just doesn't really seem like he's given up a lot of himself in interviews, really. Like, I haven't really seen that in-depth Gunna interview yet.
He just kept it cool. I really just watched it to see what he had to say about the Crime Stoppers video.
But what did he say? He said that was CNN. It wasn't no Crime Stoppers. That's the quote I read.
He just said that it was him, which was, you know, because a lot of people were saying, no, that's not Gunna. And then two, that it wasn't Crime Stoppers. And he didn't say much else after that. And then I kind of checked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
it
don't
is
really get
what,
what that
let's
is.
be real. It's blatantly obvious what the situation was, is that he didn't know any better. He didn't know that the street code required that he not talk to the news. If somebody had said to him at that point in his life, and I have no idea like how in the streets Gunna would have been at that time, if somebody had said to him, don't talk to that camera crew, because if you talk to a camera crew about street shit, then you're a snitch. He probably would have said, oh shit, that's a good point. You're right. Like, I feel like he was young, dumb, maybe didn't think about it, maybe wasn't really in the streets enough that it would have even mattered to him. Maybe he thought of himself as more of a civilian or whatever, and then all of a sudden, boom, 10 years later, you're a famous rapper. It is
people
what
are
it is.
bringing it back.
And people want to act like you're supposed to be a fucking crime kingpin because you're a fucking rapper. I mean, what is Gunna rap about? Drugs and clothes
And
drip, which just means clothes and girls. And it's like, I mean, he might talk about like, you know, being a G, whatever, but it's not like the primal focal point of his music. Like, I am a fucking crime boss that like, I'm really worried.
He's definitely not like a typical gangster rapper.
I mean, I just don't really, I mean, it's kind of weird how like every rapper has to be held to that standard now. But I mean, tell me, do you think I'm tripping that the 6ix9ine enthusiasm just seems like it's really kind of waning as the weeks go by? Have you seen that song make any impact outside of YouTube?
No.
I have not heard it played anywhere. I haven't heard about it being added to any playlist. I
did see it added on a YouTube, like one of the YouTube playlists that they have, because they have like the YouTube music
right
now. They have like really popular playlists.
I think even the fucking 6ix9ine fans are not really bumping that song. That's my opinion.
The song sucks.
The song sucks. The song is so generic and boring. I just don't. And that's his comeback song. What I'm looking forward to is the reaction to his next song and the reaction to the song after that, etc.
He said he's dropping something this week.
Yeah, and he said he has a feature too, and I don't know who that's gonna be, but wow, that is gonna be the shit. Who the fuck is it gonna be? People, I saw that was like a rumor that it was Nicki Minaj. I don't believe it. I don't believe Nicki Minaj is doing a song
I think
with
it's
him.
gonna be like a Spanish artist.
Yeah, it'll be some random.
I don't think that they're random. They're very
right.
famous.
You're probably right. It's probably some fucking, but it's not going to be somebody that anybody in like the rap world is going to. I don't think Tory Lanez is at a high point in his career. Let's be real.
He's definitely not bringing himself down to
Tory
that
Lanez
fucking level.
is doing great right now. If you compare where he's at right now, I felt like, a couple years ago, Tory Lanez seemed sort of frustrated with his fandom. Like, he was happy with his fandom, but he felt like he wasn't taking it to another level. I feel like now Tory Lanez is being embraced at a totally different level. And a lot of it is really just booty shaking stuff, right? Like
quarantine radio.
He enabled the booty shaking and the pussy shaking and whatnot. And it feels like he's built up so much goodwill from that it sort of like radiates to the rest of his 100%. Brand.
I saw that he's getting a MTV show off of it.
Is he really? Yeah. And he's an OnlyFans collab thing. Josh is playing Kendama over there. That is pretty crazy, to be honest, that he got the OnlyFans collab.
What's the collab? He's gonna be the kingpin, and then he has girls under him.
Quarantine Radio Uncensored, so that then he can go on OnlyFans, do the live stream, and actually be able to. But you know what? That's gonna be the crazy thing. Is it gonna be as exciting when the girls can just get butt naked?
Well, and then also you have to pay to see this Quarantine Radio Uncensored.
I don't know. Maybe they'll do it one time where you don't have to pay, and then they'll do more after that where you have to pay. That's what I would do. I just
wonder how crazy it's gonna get on there. Like, are people gonna just start fucking?
Wow, that's a good question.
Like how far can it go? Because if it's uncensored, you could do anything.
I feel like they're not gonna fuck, but I feel like there's gonna be a lot of nudity. My question about it is that, like, okay, if you want to film a porno movie, you have to get all kinds of waivers and forms and shit beforehand. If you are gonna do a live stream on OnlyFans, can they just put whoever they want on that camera? Like, what if he adds a girl and she is not of age? Stuff you got to worry about.
Yeah.
I've seen that pop up, like in some of the Demon Time things or whatever, where people will repost a clip and say, this girl looks kind of young or whatever. There's a big ass liability. What if the girl's fucking wasted and she gets on camera? Because that's a huge thing in porn, is that you have to like basically prove and sign a form saying that you're not drunk or under the influence of any drugs. I mean, if somebody's sitting in their house and they hop on the OnlyFans thing, I don't know. It just feels like liability-wise, there's stuff that needs to be ironed out in terms of how the live streamed pornography thing might work when you're just adding random people. It feels like a minefield.
How is the OnlyFans platform live stream work? Can you add like different people into your live? Like,
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's exactly like Like, well,
Because I don't know how you like vet the people coming on.
you probably have to only. He could probably only add. Now that I think about it, you can only add like verified OnlyFans creators. You know, the girls who are actually popular on the site and whatnot. If OnlyFans are smart, maybe they'll even have like a line of girls like planned out, ready to go.
And that would be smart because that's just more advertising for them.
But this is the thing.
Would you let Lena go on it?
No. I don't think she would want to, but we have discussed it. But like, I didn't tell her no. She just was like watching one of her friends on it, and she's like, "That's dope." She got mad followers from it, but I wouldn't do it. But she also is like, just off rip, she's very like respectful about that. Like, she wouldn't, you know, she is naked on the internet, but she's not like
On like rappers' Instagram lives. Naked.
because you know, there's a lot of girls who are just like commenting on 6ix9ine's shit, saying whatever the fuck, like I want to fuck you, because they know they're gonna get 20,000 likes on that comment, and then they're gonna get a whole bunch of new OnlyFans shit. Like those OnlyFans girls commenting on 6ix9ine shit are actually like making racks off of commenting on his Instagram.
No fucking way.
I believe 100%.
Wow.
If you get 30,000 likes on a comment and your fucking default picture looks like a sexy girl,
Yeah.
you're getting clicked on and you're getting the OnlyFans signups 100%.
I mean, at least he's doing something good for someone.
Fucked up world. Do you ever think about this? That like Instagram convinced women that it was good to be basically butt naked on Instagram for free, just whatever, because that's just normal. Not butt naked, but very, very few items of clothing. And then OnlyFans basically just sort of like bridged that tiny little gap. Like, oh, you're not allowed to be naked on Instagram, and you know it's free, but if you charge people $5 a month, boom, you send them over here. You're butt naked, you got a finger in your asshole, you're making money off it, boom, all of a sudden you're making a living off of it. And the Instagram followers that you already built up are going to be the people who are now paying for the OnlyFans. Like there's a symbiotic relationship between Instagram and OnlyFans. And we basically like ended up at a point that we never could have imagined even like a couple years ago.
I'm so sorry.
I will kill you. Just
He
kidding.
has to pee.
I won't kill the dog. He has to pee? You want to get Yuri to like take him on a walk? Will he walk with another man?
Yeah. Just need to let him out
Yeah.
and he could handle it himself. I'm sorry.
He can pee all over my stuff, really. Josh,
No,
you go give him a walk. Leave us on a basic ass angle. Yeah, there you go.
Were you insinuating that Instagram should be making money off of this?
No, I just think it's interesting how our social norms are changing so fucking quickly in terms of like what we think is normal for women. Like,
Oh, 100%. I think
Yeah.
it's normal for a woman to have an account where she takes all her clothes off and then gets paid for it. And then to a point where literally I get DMs and questions every day asking when I'm going to make one. Like,
Right.
I'm never going to make
like
one.
you almost like in the world that you're in, it's almost like, oh, like it's so strange that she'll like pose in a cute outfit on Instagram, but then
But not
she
be
won't get
naked.
naked for $5 a month.
No.
Isn't that strange? Like, that,
I'd rather work at Starbucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Not for like not dissing anyone that does it, but
Right.
just me personally.
no, I respect that a lot because I mean, at the end of the day, it's like I really respect people who just are doing what they want to do, and it's like if a girl wants to get naked on OnlyFans,
Yeah,
I think
if she wants
it's
to
amazing.
do it, then 100%. But if she doesn't want to do it, and you
right.
keep trying to like not pressure her, but like keep asking, I just think that's wrong.
Yeah, it is weird. It's almost like when you don't have anything to talk about in a normal conversation, that's just like where your mind goes. Like, so you ever gonna start OnlyFans? It's just like the default question of our time.
I mean, the craziest thing is like I think we talked about it before, but like how many fucking girls have started an OnlyFans since this quarantine shit started?
Right.
Like anyone that we can imagine with like more than 1,000 followers.
You want to know what I'm interested in is how many girls started an OnlyFans and then stopped their OnlyFans because they realized that the shit was not going to work. Like on month 4, they're getting like $45 a month and they're just
There are
kind
a
of
lot
like,
them.
you know what? Fuck this shit. Or maybe they're at the point in their life where like, hey, $45 a month. Pretty good. Netflix, Hulu, and HBO. Boom. We got it. I don't know.
All I have to say is I started a Depop during my quarantine and I've made a lot of money on it. So follow me on Depop.
Really?
Depop.com/camgirlshop.
I always used to want to do that because I would have all these clothes that people gave me that I would
Dude,
want to get
it's
rid
such
of.
easy money.
But then I'm like,
It's really fucking annoying.
how
though.
are these people going to feel about their stuff that I never wore or wore once showing up on my Depop?
If you wore it once, that's enough.
Yeah, but it just feels kind of dirty. Like, you gave me this for free, this hoodie, and now I'm going to go sell this hoodie for $200 because I know people will pay that. And it's like, because I wore it, might be, I mean, this sounds sus as hell, but that's part of the appeal is like people want to wear my old clothes maybe?
I mean,
You think that's part of it?
probably, but I don't think we have to look at it that deep, because my friend used to work at Wasteland, and like famous people would come all the time and fucking just bring gifted clothes and just sell them, make tons of money.
Really? We didn't even acknowledge the fact that our junkie friend House Phone was not here until right now. Boom.
Oh yeah, you guys, House Phone has arrived.
House Phone is here now.
What the fuck is up?
He's wearing tie-dye.
Born and
I
raised
just noticed
tie-dye.
someone's name on YouTube is Penis Grand Mason.
Wow.
That's a good name for you.
That is a pretty cool name.
Penis.
Shout out to him.
Oh, look at your purple.
Damn, this the jersey?
We
This is
didn't
the
even
one
talk
that you-
about it yet.
This
That's
is
a
the
good
one
point.
he pressed you about, right?
He sent one of his guys over here to give me the pack.
And beat you up.
Yeah, to
merch
give you
pack.
a warning and also
Yeah, it was Tato and Ball Out, and they showed up and they kind of like whipped me around and called me a white fag and stuff.
They threw you against the wall.
They call
Wear
you a-
this,
they
They called
bitch.
me a
Call you a
fag.
wigger?
They called me a white boy, like a loser. Give me a wedgie, and then they gave me a bunch of merch at the end. It was
I'm not
pretty
gonna
cool.
lie.
I mean,
This fucking-
all of those things are true.
That did not happen, by the way. I'm just kidding. I don't want to
this
smear the
jersey
glow
is so
game.
fire. I can't even lie.
What, this jersey?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, it's super hard.
Thank you.
What
I'm
up,
wondering.
Curtis?
No, we need a what is it called, quarter inch or whatever.
Oh, we need the
Eighth
little
inch.
gold guy.
My dick is a quarter inch.
Same. Yo, actually, I'm wondering
I'm
though how
glad
I'm gonna
you're here.
smell. I'm wondering how I'm gonna smell because
Oh, it's like one of those like sports ones.
one of those when you start sweating, I feel like it might be a little odd.
Yeah, we're on two different vibes right now. You got like you look like you're about to go like
When I first
do
came
like the
in,
Tour de France or something.
yeah, I thought you were like trying to cosplay as like what's the guy?
You look like
the
Ellen
Livestrong
fucking
guy.
DeGeneres
Live-
over
I
here.
look great.
You look
Ellen
earth toned
DeGeneres.
out.
I look
I fuck
great.
with it. I fuck with it.
the Prada bag, let's go.
Stop playing. Flex
Sometimes
up.
I'm so astonished at how small Kim is.
What do you mean?
Why are you
You're
always
just so
saying
You're,
like.
you hate on me so
I
much
feel
for my
like
size.
I could pick you up and throw you in the air, and then you could actually like splat the ceiling.
I can't hear myself.
That's just how I'm living. That's
There we
just how
go.
I feel. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like
You
you,
wanna
have like
throw
weird,
Kim in the air
weird
and splat her?
fantasies about like fucking killing me and like
No.
seeing how easy it would be because I'm so small. You've said weird things like that
Right.
before.
No, that is weird. Like sometimes I look at your wrist though, and I'm like, oh my god, that wrist could break so easy. Like you could just be
How thick
messing.
is your wrist?
Huge, thick wrists. I've known a lot of people.
I've always had a small wrist. Everyone always comments on it. I can't help it, dude.
That's part of why I'm so heavy though, is because I'll meet a dude who's 6'3", like, and then he's way
Yeah,
lighter than
thick
me, and it's like I think it's like a bone density thing. I just have like kind of like.
You guys
big-
really believe that big boned?
I mean, I
You
think
think
that
you're big boned?
some people's skeleton weighs more. Some people are just like bigger framed, you know.
I think I've always been small framed. My whole family is like this. My mom was like this when she was little. My dad was like this. I see my little cousin. She literally has my body size like when I was
Really?
her age, just like literally a stick.
Isn't that freaky to think about me and Lana's genetics being mixed together to create a human being?
Yeah, she always looks at me and she's like, Kim, you're so skinny. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Even she says that to you?
Yeah, you both are like, I think you guys are obsessed with me.
I think we both have eating disorders, so we sort of take it out on you. Taking it out on you is how
I
we
can't
cope.
help
God.
it. I'm sorry.
We
I
just
think we
look at
both
you.
have eating disorders.
We just look at you and we're like, God, you're so skinny.
Like I want to be that.
I want you. I want you to be me.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Relax.
Not like, okay, pause.
Super
pause.
This podcast was sponsored by Plug and Play.
Very late, but very true. Do you want to hit that?
Yeah, I need one.
You
That's
need to get high, my friend.
There's one right there.
I already took a big old fucking mountainous drag off of that shit, and I think I got higher right on camera. And this coffee cup, this coffee
It
store thing,
matches you.
not a brand deal. Matches House on Perfect. Wow. But holy shit, this thing keeps the coffee warm for a really
Can I
long
touch
time. And I've even had it. It doesn't feel hot right there, but it is hot as shit.
I like it. I love. Is it thermal cups? Thermostats?
I don't even know. I'm not.
I like
that's
this
not a
thing.
brand
This
deal,
is
so fuck them.
the 8 cups a day.
See,
That shit is big.
I want to get one of those because I'm always drinking out of a loud, dirty gallon, and I
Yeah.
feel like I need to get a
No,
professional gallon.
These are BFA, whatever.
I need to step my
plastic.
damn water.
7-Eleven.
I mean, but I need to get
I
like a
love that
bigger one
water.
though.
But I'm drinking the same shit you are. 7-Eleven purified.
I
Yeah,
got
but you got the
Blasi
big
a
John, though.
gallon one.
Hey,
of
you want
this.
to see something else?
Oh god.
Oh, two of them things.
Keep that motherfucking thing on me.
Keep that shit on deck.
just-
So what the
Crazy.
fuck were y'all talking about before I pulled
Honestly, I
up?
can't remember.
We were talking about your drug problem and how you were so fucked up
Oh, yeah,
all
what
weekend and you
happened?
couldn't make it here on time.
No, that had
He
nothing-
was very
that-
fucked up. He showed up to my house very fucked up.
I heard you were off the whippets. Let's talk about it.
Were you?
First off, nigga, I can't even talk because I'm off the whippets.
What's that?
Is that a new
My
song?
whippet song that's dropping.
I
very soon.
premiered that on
So you
Cam
made-
Girl Radio.
You made a whippet anthem?
I did. I'm sorry.
Any positive, like good guy points that I got for making the video telling people about whippets are going to
It's
be a
now
race when
removed.
people are like Adam's fucking co-host, aka the guy from the Perk 30 jersey, and aka the guy who fucking brought Xanax to LA. He has a Xanax tattoo, and now
I
he's
was gonna
promoting.
say.
He's got a whippet song.
I'm shooting a video this weekend.
Oh.
Please don't like balance things on your head.
Why sell whippet video?
What is the like?
That's what it's called.
No,
What's it called?
I just said it's. No, I'm just joking. But
Why do rappers love balancing drugs and paraphernalia on their head?
I don't know.
I think
It's
about
just
that's
funny.
fun.
I was saying that in my video about the whippet thing. They're like, that's the kind of thing that you would only think was funny if you were off mad nitrous. Is taking the nitrous dispenser and putting it on your head.
I mean,
like,
no, people did with the lean.
Yeah, whatever.
They
That's
do,
true, yeah.
Like I don't know, I saw you do it with wine. But hey, did
Oh
you
my
know?
God, I did that with wine
So
and
wait, so
spilled
is
it.
whippets and like because when I was in
Nasty.
high school, like they had big
Yes,
cans,
it's
the
the
same
same
thing.
thing. Same thing.
Did you know they have flavored ones, like horchata flavored?
What?
I just found this
Mm-hmm.
out from a Mexican person.
What? Well, how
had
do they
no idea.
flavor it?
like
I had no
cherry
idea.
flavor.
Oh, I guess you could just
horchata.
put whatever in there, right?
Oh, put
you
what?
could put a
How do you-
pine
how
cone
do
in
you-
so
there.
good.
It's going
It's
to
so
taste like a
dangerous.
pine
It's
cone.
Is
so
it just
dangerous.
like flavoring?
I never thought about it.
Like
I
how do
don't
you?
know.
I
How
don't
does
know,
it
dude.
become
You
horchata
sprinkle
flavor?
some fucking flavor drops in there, maybe.
That does not sound.
I remember like the first time I did Coke, this nigga was telling me about strawberry flavored Coke, and I was like, why would I want to do strawberry
Sounds like it would
flavored?
hurt my nose.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's like they really sold you on a fantasy with the blue meth in Breaking Bad. Although
I
that
know,
was like,
huh?
oh, this meth is so powerful that the blue meth will make you so fucked up.
That's facts.
I
That's
mean-
best show of all time, honestly.
Very,
Yeah.
very true. You don't
yeah.
get that? Fuck you. I watched the
I know,
movie
you
too.
guys already yelled at
I-
me.
Oh, no.
I didn't get into
I heard
Better
the
Call
movie
Saul.
sucked.
No, I didn't get into Better Call Saul either, and
But
I
I want
also
to.
I also tried to watch the movie 3 times, and I fell asleep every time, so I haven't even watched it yet.
But you were probably off for a week. You were like up for a week already.
No.
So talk to us about this weekend though. Like talk about.
Okay. First
let's
of all,
live
you
vicariously
gotta
through
relax because you be trying to just act like I'm just fucking just wilding.
You
the fuck
told
out.
us you were wilding out all weekend.
You
Yeah,
were a
I
little
mean-
bit wild this weekend.
I mean, this weekend I was a little wild, not gonna lie, but it's not like my whole life just revolves around me just being wild as fuck all the time. I wouldn't be able to function and do my daily task if that was.
Arguably, you're
daily
not
task?
functioning.
How am I? How am I?
What
not
are your
functioning?
daily tasks? Yeah, like what?
yeah, what are your daily tasks?
You're an Uber driver.
No, I have shit to do every day. What do you mean? I
Like
have-
what?
First of
Order
all,
Uber Eats.
I have a whole side project that I keep telling you that I'm working on that I will not reveal until it's ready.
Clothing line or something?
Like something along those
But
lines.
I don't think you're working on that
I'm
like
working on
8
that-
hours a day.
But I'm working on that every day where I have to get up and make calls and I have to fucking
Look at you, businessman.
I have to source shit like like I'm a fucking businessman.
Okay,
I'm
that's
not
good.
just sitting around at the crib all day. But then also I have to do research for this. I have to fucking
you do
help-
not research for this
Are you
every day.
joking?
Oh, you do.
I have to get on YouTube and fucking watch whatever the fuck is going on.
Wow.
On DJ Academics or whatever.
But you would do that even if we weren't doing the show.
That's facts. I would do that.
And
You're
you told
right.
us about Pablo getting robbed like 3 days after it happened.
That's facts. But
I
that's
didn't know
because
about that until that day, too.
allegedly happened.
allegedly
We don't know.
we don't
How did
know.
that happen again?
But that's because I don't have a Twitter. So I saw it on a random YouTube, which is like YouTube is really late on shit. I also didn't see that TJX6 thing until I was on the way over
That's
here.
not actually him.
I know, but it really looked
It
like
does
him. though.
look like him. I paused the video so many times and really looks like
The
him.
V-Lone shirt made me
The
think it was
V-Lone
him.
shirt
Somehow the
really-
V-Lone shirt was just like, oh, rapper.
That's him. Yep.
Him,
Couldn't be a rapper without
the
V-Lone
size,
shirt,
the
yeah.
hair, everything. Looks
Yeah,
like
the
him.
hair.
Wait, so how was it confirmed that it wasn't him?
Because
Besides him saying it's not me.
One of the guys in our news Discord, which by the way, everybody, the No Jumper Discord link, probably not in the description right now, but it is in the description.
I've been on there.
It's in the description of the newest video on the Adam 22 channel if you want to check it out. But we have a news section, and I'm actually in there with some of the employees talking about the rap news and going back and forth. We have a bunch of people. It's like a little community. I'm in there. No promo allowed. If you want to get crazy, go to the general section. But I'm loving the Discord, man. I'm playing poker for 8 hours. I'm
need to
looking
get
at
on
the news section
I've-
of the Discord.
I've been on the general section, not knowing that that's like the crazy section.
Bad house.
It's crazy, and also my name is Cam Girl on there, and that is me. They keep thinking, is that the real Cam Girl?
Right.
It is me.
I don't know anything about Discord. People keep telling me to get on it. And I'm
It's
like,
a
a
chat
lot.
room with all our fans. It's pretty fun.
It's a
all right,
lot.
I'm gonna tap in.
People that fuck with us in general. It's like a lot actually.
Kim
'Cause
said that.
I said no because okay,
too much.
but I'm telling you, the news
What?
section.
Oh, that might
is-
be kinda lit.
It's more tightly regulated because the whole idea is like, oh, if you see something dope on a rapper's Instagram story, that would be a good Instagram post, or if you see a tweet exchange that's like newsworthy, or if a new video comes out, or there's a new snippet on an Instagram live of a song, etc. Like people are actually dropping that shit in there, and I have the news team in there. I'm in there, sort of like
Who's the news team? Oh, you already told me. Never mind.
yeah, we got Vashti's in there. Laura's in there.
Is
I'm in there.
Is Vashti the DJ?
Are you talking about Vashti the DJ?
There's no way
No.
she's a fucking okay.
Yeah, of no joke.
she is a.
Vashti.
She
I
works
see
for
Yuri,
no
Yuri's
jumper now.
walking around Kim's dog over there.
Oh my god, he's gonna eat him.
Dude, that's so. I really
Shout out
thought-
Vashti though. She hasn't been like formally introduced on camera.
I
Or anything.
miss
I don't know if she
Laura.
even wants to be on camera.
I miss Laura.
Laura's coming in on Monday to.
Yay, Laura.
We're gonna rejoin forces like fucking Voltron.
I literally keep thinking that you're talking about Vashti.
Every time you
Vashti
say that, but I'm
Cola.
like, there's no fucking way.
the first woman to design Air Jordan.
A shoe for Jordan.
I
yeah.
was a little confused the first time I realized there was a famous DJ or whatever the fuck she is named Vashti because
He's so
I was
out
like,
of touch.
whoa, I just hired someone named that. That's a weird coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
that's
I'm
Other-
white. I have no idea what the fuck's going on in
That's
the
the
world.
only other
That's
Vashti I've ever heard of.
and speaking of her Jordans, they were actually this color.
She
sweater
got
that I'm
signature
wearing.
Jordan. She's that big a deal.
She was the
She's a huge
she was
deal.
the first woman besides Alayli May
Wow.
to design
Big deal.
a Air Jordan.
I'm over here. I should get educated.
Yeah, she's fucking sick, bro.
would
She also
you-
used to date Pharrell, but like really doesn't mean
Pharrell
anything.
And like maybe Kendrick or something. Or she did his like one of his first videos, directed
Yeah,
his videos.
and she's a really tight DJ.
Shouted out in
Oh, she
Drake's
also
song.
famously had a Jordan 3 cake for her birthday that I feel like everybody jocked from her after.
I can't even think about Kendrick Lamar for more than like 20 seconds without thinking about the fact that he did the Brian Pumper
Yeah,
big
King
ding-a-ling
Dingaling.
dance. Yeah.
King Dingaling.
My-
I can't think
I just
of,
want to see Kendrick doing that so
no,
bad.
I wish there was a video of that.
It's so off-brand. Well, no, it's really not because it's like pretty easy to understand that Kendrick would have thought Brian Pumper was funny and have
Yeah, of
seen the
course.
video and thought it was funny and he's in the club and he does the dance for a second.
Yeah.
But still, like the mental image
Kendrick
of
Lamar's
Kendrick
not-
doing that is like, whoa, to Brian Pumper.
That's hilarious. I know.
I can't wrap my
Wait,
head
wait,
around
who
it.
just did a song? Oh, K
Oh,
Sachi's friend
Sachi and Sig
Oh my
did a fucking
God.
song and video.
with Brian Pumper.
And like Brian Pumper came to their fucking loft and like it's like a
Bro,
whole
I swear
thing.
he fucks with everybody
funny.
besides me. Like he's on the
He
train
probably-
talking to
he
random
probably fucks
people,
with
but he
us.
won't respond to my DM. Yeah, probably do a
That's a
podcast with
fact.
you guys, but
Yeah.
not me.
That's
What
a
if
fact.
we just plan one with him and
My
don't
bad.
tell him that you're coming and then we just blindside him?
The
and then he's gonna shoot us.
The thing that I like about it is that if you were
Ding-a-ling.
if you were to make a list of the best rapper to the worst rapper,
Where-
you could argue that Kendrick would be number one, and you could argue that Brian Pumper would be number infinite, like the actual last one,
Maybe that's why he doesn't want to do an interview with you.
because I think that of his music.
Yeah.
I always thought of him as more of a pipe layer than a rhyme sayer.
pipe layer than a rhyme.
I'm a
slayer.
pipe layer, not a rhyme sayer. He probably has said something like that in his songs before.
He probably has said I'm a pipe layer and a
And a
rhyme
rhyme
sayer.
sayer.
And I ain't gayer. No.
What was that?
Well, he's always like defending that he's not gay. Like he has to explain that so much. like in the interviews
Sorry,
I've
I'm
watched.
not a Brian Pumper
Why?
enthusiast.
Everybody
Are
always
you ever gonna
asks him.
drop the fucking video, or are you just gonna keep talking
Think
about
about
yeah,
making
it
it
has to
tomorrow
come out
morning.
here?
I got delayed. I did the whippet video, bro.
it? Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I watched it very in depth. I feel like though, if I didn't know what whippets were, you kind of almost like
Made it
Yeah.
almost
Gave
wanted-
you the game plan of like,
Yeah.
if you do want to try it, here you go.
No, no,
Yeah, I was aware of that.
I really respect that though, because at the end of the day, I mean, there's a lot of people that don't go into stuff like that informative, and you you broke down both sides, and you really were kind of like, don't do this, don't try this, but if you're gonna
if
do
you're
it,
gonna, because I mean, the truth
a safe
is
way
is
to.
that it is very dangerous if you get super
Oh my
addicted
God,
to
yes.
it and do it for a real long
I
time.
mean, not even that. I mean, it could be dangerous,
Right.
just even
But the reality is that like okay, in England, it is so insanely common,
Yep.
and they really don't think of it as being that dangerous. And I mean, in reality, in comparison to like other like pills and shit, it's not really that dangerous.
That's
like,
what I didn't think that until like the other day when I was like at my friend's house, and these girls were like, "What are you guys doing?" We're like, "Oh, we're just
I forgot.
doing whippets."
When I used to live in England, they would have like people selling balloons on the street when you come out of the
Yes.
club.
That's what that is.
I just
Yeah.
watched a
you thought
Vice-
they just wanted a balloon?
No, I knew what that is because my friends bought some and were like on the
Yeah.
floor like doing this and passing out, and I was like, oh,
Whoa,
that's
what
cool.
the fuck?
Honestly,
What's up, Kershaw?
No,
You
and
look high
then
as
and then
fuck.
at festivals, if you ever see in England at least, if you
Yeah.
go to the end of a festival, the whole floor is the
Everywhere.
canisters.
it seems like such an inefficient way to carry it because like you end
Yeah.
up just leaving like a trillion of them everywhere, and
Yeah.
it's
How
just
do you
like
even do it?
how
You
could
do-
you
how do you do it from
possibly
that thing?
you there's like a little cracker
Yeah.
piece and you push it into a balloon.
There's no way
from
you
there.
haven't seen people do this before.
I really
Tim.
haven't. I've only seen the things laying on the floor and then in the balloon
See,
or the little.
me and
like,
Lena were having that conversation too because she's been to a whole lot of raves and festivals and stuff, and she's like, I've never seen it before. I'm like, yes, you have. I'm like, you 1,000.
I've never seen anybody do it in a festival. No.
I feel like a lot of people see it but don't realize what it is, or they see the remnants because you see the
Yeah, yeah.
balloons and you see
Yeah,
the
on the
fucking
floor.
canisters and you just don't really like
I
put
don't
two
think
and two
people-
together.
How do you get?
People
You
in-
can't get into a festival with a
People in
cracker.
Dude,
America-
stand outside and sell them. I heard that there's dudes who would make like $300K outside a fucking fish festival. Just
Fish festival?
PHISH.
What's that in London somewhere?
No, it's like a fucking. Josh is laughing because his
Wait,
white
what?
ass.
the
Again,
fuck is
it's a
fish
New
festival?
Hampshire thing.
Cat farm? What?
They're like a really, really famous like Grateful Dead-esque band.
Okay.
That has like a crazy
I thought
like
it was like an
festival
actual like
tour.
you're cooking fish and like have some salmon and have
That
a
sounds
not
good, a
balloon
fish
on the
festival?
side.
Honestly, the more
I
we
hate
talk
fish.
about doing balloons, it's kind of making me like shit.
Well,
Maybe
I
I
was-
should do
The
something.
only
Yeah.
one I would
I
want
was
to do is
in
the
the middle of-
horchata flavor.
I was in the middle of telling a story about me doing it this weekend, but
All
y'all
right,
just
yeah,
completely
yeah. Let's
interrupted
get
me.
right back into the balloon talk. Let's go. Balloon talk.
God.
That's
so-
it. No Jumper episode 44. Balloon,
Balloon
talk.
talk.
I hate that.
You know?
And
don't
our
like
the
that?
name of the our show right now isn't Adam 22 and 80, right?
God damn it.
Okay.
Is our thumb fucked up too? Maybe we should
Just ask
refresh
me.
it. God, I look fresh in this glow gang jacket. I'm glad I got my ass beat for this.
I'm like, I was turned the whole other way, just like just looking into both of y'all eyes. Anyway, yeah. So I was like, I was doing this shit this weekend, and the homegirl was like, "What are you guys doing? Like, what is that?" And we're like,
It is a
explain-
crazy concept for someone that doesn't do it. Just watching someone
Yeah.
getting very
And like every time we like squeezed, every time
inhalants.
we cracked the thing and like squoze it and like it made the noise, like she was like jumping, like, "What the fuck is that?" I'm like, dude, just calm down.
I remember I went to England to hang out with some BMX riders, and like all of a sudden we're in the park, and we're just like smoking spliffs in the park, and all of a sudden one of the dudes just fucking is like cracking the fucking thing and just filling up these balloons, and so loud, and there's little kids
Yeah,
around,
it
and
is
I'm
hella
looking
loud.
at him like he's a fucking crackhead, like
It is hella
and
loud.
he's just acting like it's super normal because to them out there it's just nothing. But you know, I do think it's funny that over the course of the next like however many years, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be offered nitrous and be like, "Oh no, dude, I saw that Adam 22 video, man." Like that's going to be the thing that comes to mind.
I hope so.
That is very gratifying, just to think that like
So you're saying they're gonna watch and not want to do it because of your video?
I think
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, or at least they're gonna realize like, oh, if I am gonna fuck with this, I'm not gonna do fucking 50 of them in a row because I sort of know that it's this very addictive thing that I don't want. Like, yeah, maybe
It's-
I'll fuck with it a little bit, but I'm not gonna fucking go crazy.
It's just crazy too because like, you know, since I've been seeing it like kind of pop up in the rap scene and I've been seeing rappers doing it like on fucking Instagram and all that shit, I've been like, you know, like screenshotting and like posting it on my story because the shit's fucking hilarious to
Yeah,
me.
we've been privately talking about it for weeks.
Yeah, but like I've been putting it on my story, or like I was really putting it on my close friends at first, but then once I started seeing like, you know, certain artists on like really popular IG lives doing it, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna put it on my story now.
Yeah.
But then people will reply and like not even really know what it was, so it was like
It looks like
was
whipped
still,
cream.
It was still a fucking inside joke, even when it was like, you know, being pushed in front of them. It was crazy.
Yeah, even a couple weeks ago, one of my friends told me, he's like, "Yo, all them YSL dudes are fucking with it. It's like an open industry fucking secret where
Industry secret.
you know, where like people are doing it, but nobody's really putting it on their social media. But it is the kind of
No,
drug
but it
that
was
makes you
on-
very like, hey, like lighthearted and like, oh, I'm gonna put this on my head. I'm gonna put it on social media, and then like you know, bro, the whippet craze had a big moment when D Savage showed up on Instagram after
Oh
apparently
my
having
God.
gangbanged Jesse Taylor, allegedly. I really hope so.
I forgot about that.
That's what the caption said. Even on hers, it said
Is their shit still up?
it said they just trained me. I don't know if it's still up.
Yeah, she said they just fucked me.
They just fucked me. That was her caption.
My thing was, why did
Shout out
Zanman
to-
post it?
I think Zanman-
Zanman posted it across the country.
He
Yeah, I
made
think
it.
Zanman was
And then she had to correct it and be like, "Zanman is just my friend. He did not
wasn't
fuck
there."
me. He wasn't there." But like, I think Zanman just thought it was so funny that
Yeah,
he just wanted to
exactly.
embrace it and just
Exactly.
post it himself. I almost thought about myself, I'm just gonna post this, and I'm like, "No, you got baby on the way. You gotta
Yeah,
chill."
you can't do that.
You being there would be a little weird. Like if I posted it, it was just like. Just had the time of my life, and everybody would be like, "Yo, I can't believe Adam 22 and T Savage were."
Fucking Jesse Taylor together.
That'd be such a fucking crazy troll.
Oh my god, man.
I forgot.
Honestly,
How did- I
She's
forgot
going
that
places,
happened.
man.
I'm not gonna give this any type of attention. I'm sorry.
No, didn't you try to make out with her on the podcast?
Yo, what? Relax.
Wasn't
I
that
thought
a
you guys were
thing?
dating.
Oh no,
You
that's the
didn't-
homie though. Shout out to her. She's
What-
fun. Honestly, she's funny as fuck, and I feel like she's
Yeah.
just an internet
living
master.
life.
She's an internet master, bro. Even if that's not. See, I just can't figure out if it's a like her playing a character, or this is really her? I can't really figure it out.
I know sometimes the lines
really
get very
confusing,
blurred.
yeah.
Oh, also, and she exposed Smoke Perp.
Yeah, the text that make it clear that Smoke Prep actually does give a fuck about what she's up to.
Oh my God. Dude, you can't publicly be like, I never just seen this bitch, never thought this
And
bitch.
then it's
Yeah,
like you
you
read those
can't-
texts,
and
you're
then
like,
you- and then you
you
DM
like
someone.
her. You
Yeah,
like
he
her, buddy.
DM'd her like he was
And-
hurt,
and,
honestly. I'm
and
like,
it's like, I'm
ah.
sorry, it's
Allegedly,
Jesse
we don't know if they're real. Let's give Perp the benefit of the
That's
doubt.
Hey, we
real.
really don't know, but see, that's one thing I
And
don't
he
know her
has-
to be. That's one thing I don't know her to be a liar.
And it's Jessie Taylor. She's going to post it.
Yeah, like, yeah, I know, right?
Like what? There's no way around it. Like I would never say something to Selena Powell that I wasn't ready for the rest of the world to see.
Exactly.
Some people just you know what you're getting when you talk to them.
But this is my thing about Jessie Taylor is that she seems like determined.
She's loving this right now.
She's loving it. She's
Well,
like
we talk about her
she's
every
Cat
week.
Stack. She's Selena Powell. She's up in this game.
Oh wow,
And
you're
she,
giving her that high of a plateau.
I think she wants to be there. The question
She's
is
on the way up there.
Is she willing to invest the money into a Kourtney Kardashian style, or what is it, Chloe style, like transformation? You think that she's
so
gonna?
fucked up.
You think she's just gonna show up a year from now just looking like a Kardashian? She got the braces. She got a nose job. The BBL does wonders. We don't know what's gonna happen.
I don't want to speak on another woman's looks or body.
I'm not like saying she looks so bad right now. I'm just saying that she seems like the kind of girl who's so determined to rise to the top of this game that I wouldn't be surprised if she does get the fucking sponsor and boom, just fucking just come out one day and we're just like, God damn, Jessie Taylor's so bad.
Chloe, that's the one, right? Chloe
Yeah.
or Kourtney?
You see that?
Chloe, I saw her fucking Instagram yesterday, and she looks
I haven't seen her in years.
crazy.
I would love to see her in
She
real
looks
life.
she
I
looks
just
nothing like
I don't
wanna go
really
look
like
right now,
I don't
almost.
really believe
She doesn't look anything like her.
I'm gonna look right now.
You know, when you see part of the thing with the Kardashians is that I feel like they're just the best at making themselves look hot. That they're very, very like insanely committed. Like think about when you saw
It's their life.
When you saw
Their
the
life
picture
mission.
of Kylie without makeup, you were like, "What the fuck?"
I'm down.
You
I'm
couldn't
down.
believe it.
No, I'm still down.
Most girls put themselves out there without makeup, like, yeah, and I'm not saying she looked terrible, but you were like, whoa, because you just don't see her like that. I can't imagine seeing Kim Kardashian not done up to or polished in some way, like the presentation of her, whether it's
Yeah.
makeup
this
or
is
she's
crazy,
She's
actually.
got,
She doesn't look anything
right.
like
Who
her.
is this? This is.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, it looks like an Instagram
how
model.
old is she, by the way?
I don't know, but she's looking
She has-
pretty
she
fine.
has
I
to
can't even
be
hold
like
She looks
30
amazing.
something.
Well, number one, she don't look 30 in that photo.
She's looking like
She looks like a
she looks
completely
like
different
Kylie
person
now.
a couple months ago, dude.
Yeah, right. Like,
You think Summer Walker had a bunch of plastic surgery?
I don't know, man.
She
I don't
got
know about
her
none of
nose, and I think she got a bunch of lip filler. And
Do you
I
think it was a
she
good
is-
move?
I just think she's gorgeous. Period. With or
Man,
without
she's so
with
fire,
or without
bro.
the surgery.
She got the she's top 5 baddest in the game. I'm just
She's so
academics
pretty.
it
I
real
love her.
time.
I was a little surprised that she,
She
did
got her
it
ass
though.
done. She got her ass
So
done too.
fire.
Really? Because wow,
said it in
She
an
says it,
interview.
yeah. She says it all the time.
that's crazy. I
And
mean,
she
good for
wears-
her. though.
So fire.
She
She
does
wears
look great. I thought she looked great
She
before
wears
too.
the craziest corsets that make her waist literally this small.
I
You're talking
saw
about
I saw that one fucking
this
clip you're
fucking
talking about
small.
too.
I'm
Yeah.
like, Jesus Christ. You
I was
can't-
thinking maybe I need that. Push some of the fat down.
I feel like at that point
corset.
you need to be breaking your fucking ribs.
Those things are
Yeah.
probably pretty bad for you.
Ouch.
Maybe I should make an exposed videos about waist trainers.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're literally corsets, and people scientifically prove that corsets are not good for your fucking.
Housefarm had a couple of ribs removed so he could suck his own dick.
Was that true? I remember everyone was saying
Yeah,
that about
it was true
Marilyn
about him.
Manson.
About
No, it
Marilyn
was about
Manson.
him.
Oh no,
I was off the cat.
I was in
Take
like
a rib
middle,
out.
I was in like middle school when that joke was around, so a little weird, but I feel
It's
you.
one of those jokes that you all like everyone on earth heard.
Yeah.
Like a rumor.
How though?
Not even a joke, it's a rumor. Like
Yeah,
they're-
how did that happen?
And the same thing about Britney Spears getting her stomach pumped and they had 13 different guys come in there.
I didn't hear that.
I didn't
one.
hear that one. There was
The-
one
the
about
Sierra.
there's one about Sierra.
Josh just shook his head too. I guess that one. There's a lot of people who
Adam
like,
just made that one
No,
up.
that's a thing. Like
Are
people,
you a millennial or are you Gen X?
people in the comments will confirm that
Gen
that was a
Z.
thing, like a rumor that sort of a lot of people
Gen
remember.
A.
What gen am I? I have no idea. 36. I don't
think
think
you
I'm
might
Gen
be-
X. I think I'm after that.
You're
Gen Y
You're
maybe.
Gen
No,
Z.
it's Gen X and then millennials. You're not
Someone
a
tell me
millennial.
what-
You cannot be the same generation.
Nigga,
as
you're
me and- me
BC.
and-
That's what you are.
Let's
You're
try it.
before Christ.
What gen am I if I'm 36?
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
She's like,
Fuck Siri. I'm
Fuck
sorry. I've
off.
never had a good experience with Siri.
That's why I don't ask Siri. I wait for the chat to tell
nah,
me.
Siri be going crazy, man.
I
Y'all gotta
hate
stop
Siri.
disrespecting Siri.
I
Sometimes.
turned Siri off. They said,
Yo,
"Oh yeah, I forgot you're a fucking boomer. That's
Yeah,
what
you're
you
a
are. How
boomer.
could I forget?"
Yeah.
No, I'm a millennial.
No, you're definitely a boomer.
You're not in our like generation.
Okay, boomer.
1980 to or 1981 to 1995. That's a gigantic range.
Yeah, that's too big. There needs to be like a divide, like millennials and Zoomers,
Well, we got boomers, Zoomers,
and just old people.
yeah,
And
YouTubers,
it is not a tumor.
and not tumors.
You don't remember that from Kindergarten Cop?
Nope. What
It
the
is
fuck
not
is
a tumor.
kindergarten
What is
cop?
The
kindergarten?
old Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Sometimes I feel so old
Never
with you
heard.
guys, like
no,
at
you
this
are.
moment.
Oh, I watched the Becoming Michelle Obama doc, and she said this is how the sausages are made, and I'm like,
Boom!
That's how old you are.
Thank you.
That makes sense.
That's how old you are.
Like, okay, Michelle Obama in reference was
Even older than me.
Michelle Obama was talking about how
For the record.
when Michelle Obama is from O Block, apparently, in Chicago, but it wasn't that bad. Like it wasn't like what it was.
In the documentary,
I
they go
promise.
back to like her old house and
I
stuff.
promise.
It's
Bro.
crazy.
She's like from the project. Like,
I love
I,
Michelle
want to see a
Obama.
picture of her on O Block so
no,
bad.
but it wasn't like that back then. When
I
she
don't
was
care.
growing
See,
up.
even just like if you could just
She's
see.
from Southside
I know,
Chicago.
it's so funny.
I love
Dude,
her.
I
Shout out
watched
to
this
her.
King Von vlog that has like 800,000
I know
views.
what you're talking about.
Right.
The Asian dolls in it.
Yes, and it's so crazy because it's just him coming back to O Block, giving out mad money to all these dudes in
That's
this
awesome.
apartment and shit. He got Asian doll with him, she looking good, and then he's just like got the brightest blue coat on,
Yeah.
and he's just walking around O Block. And you know what? There's some pretty good ledges in O Block. This is one thing I realized is that there's like good ledges and rails in the hood. Like when I was in fucking
you're talking about
Nickerson
some
Gardens,
BMX.
I saw a whole bunch of ledges and stuff.
What's
that,
a ledge? Like
like
a-
something
This
you,
thing?
you could grind it on a bike or a skateboard.
Oh.
And it's like they're very treasured because like certain ledge setups are very rare and stuff.
Mm.
I saw some ledges over there, not actually over by the skate park actually, but they were not even grinded up at all. And that to me is like, holy shit, like that means this is a dangerous ass area. If no skater has come here to want to fucking ride this ledge, that says a fucking lot.
would you go there and ride the ledge?
I was thinking, I'm like, I might be one of the only people who could kind of like bridge the gap and like be like,
Between-
yo, like let us like come here and ride and stuff, and we'll just all smoke weed and fucking hang out, have a little party in O Block. Yeah,
King Von, you ledge.
that's what I'm saying. But what's gonna stop? I'm gonna be like FBG Duck, pull up, and they're gonna be like, no, that's not a good idea. Maybe. See, I gotta think. The videos. Listen, I'm glad that I didn't watch the videos from what's the dude's name? Trap Geek.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Some of the videos
These
that
videos
this
are
dude
crazy.
has about what rappers like actual like rumored
Yeah.
criminal history is are so good.
I watched that one and I didn't watch the King Von vlog because I felt like I knew everything I needed to know about King Von from watching that video.
The Trap Geek video about King Von will make you look at
Yeah.
King Von and all of his lyrics in a totally different light.
Yeah.
What they expose, like he's not.
You gotta just go watch
really-
it, honestly.
I feel
It's
like if
crazy.
I were to describe the contents of his videos, that I would look like a snitch,
So he
especially in
just-
this Glow Gang
Just-
jersey.
So
You
he's
gotta
just,
just go-
he's just exposing.
You gotta just go
all
watch
the
it for
facts.
real, honestly.
Okay.
A lot of it is
Trap
like
Geek?
crazy.
it's like, oh, look at what this
I'll
is
send
what,
you the link.
because sometimes you'll see like there'll be a thing that people talk about in the comments of there, and nobody will talk about it in the media.
Yeah.
But it's sort of like an open air secret of like, oh, like there's if thousands of people think this about this rapper, then maybe it's not true, but maybe something close to that is true.
Yeah,
So
interesting.
shout out King Von.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. If they're doing a double XL cover,
Is that happening this year?
that's a good point. Yeah, you know they're gonna make everybody wear masks or something,
Oh
or they're
my
gonna
God.
like take all the photos of different places. They're gonna just, no, because
yeah.
it's not for a while. They're gonna have plenty of time. to do it.
When do they do that?
It's like the
every
end
year?
of the year, I feel like.
Oh.
right?
Yeah, it's
I
not
don't know.
coming
It
for
always
a little
feels
bit.
like it's.
It feels
all the
random,
time.
right?
Yeah.
Doesn't it like if you actually? I thought about doing this for a video, but if you actually go and look at all the people that have pitches on the XXL site,
Yeah.
most of them don't have any fucking views. But then there's a couple of people who'll have like a fucking million or like at least a couple 100,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just like there's not a ton of rappers who stand out to me as like obvious candidates versus like the year that like Kodak and
That was
like
the best year.
you know like that was like holy fuck. There's so many rappers that seem deserving of this that it was like fucking crazy.
No, honestly,
It feels a little different right now.
I think the best one that there ever was, I don't even really remember what year this was, but it was Nipsey Hussle, Mac Miller,
Oh, that was
YG, fucking like Lil B, Anderson .Paak, like all
Wow.
these niggas, bro. It was fucking. That was the best list.
But I
don't-
wasn't like deeply involved to the point where I would have been like thinking about who should be on the list
back
at that
then.
time.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I wasn't
tapped in.
like sitting there like making my own list and everything like I might do now. Because I remember like a couple years ago, I like guessed the whole list besides like one person. It was
Really?
like, I don't know, it was like super close.
Yeah, that's facts.
So
It was
they're doing the voting now or the pitching thing now.
They have the pitches up on the YouTube.
Also, all that shit is rigged.
I
Isn't it?
mean,
Don't they pick all 9 spots and then they give the last
Tim
spot?
one, yeah, it's
I
the
feel like
vote.
usually it seems like there's a pretty good faith effort to like pick people that are actually popular. Like there's definitely times like years ago where it seemed like they maybe would have had like who the fuck was Rory? You know, like that was just like
Nah, but he had a
was-
wave at the
he
time.
was
Did he?
super,
For
yeah,
sure,
he was
for sure.
super big. It's just because it's
He was, like,
not,
poised to
it's
be-
not that kind of rap that you
Yeah,
like.
You're right.
Yeah.
No, but there's always somebody like that randomly that
we had no idea. I
Yeah.
didn't know who JID was when.
I didn't either, and I found
Yeah.
out soon after.
I can go back to the earlier list and being like, I remember I didn't know who Meek Mill was when he was on one, and I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
But I feel like almost everybody is going to have that cover with
That's
every
right.
double XL cover,
Yeah.
unless you're like super deep in the industry. Because
Exactly.
realistically, it's like being a rap fan doesn't mean that you should pay attention to every
every-
up and coming rapper and like every established rapper and shit. Like at the end of the day, that's not how most people listen to music. Most people
They consume it in their own way.
they
Yeah, they
find
listen
some
to what
stuff
they
they
like.
like. They find a playlist they like. They find some artists here and there that they want to get deeper on. And
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like most people, it's like pretty common to have like a handful of rappers that you listen to with any sort of seriousness, you know? And most people probably not even that.
Oh, not even a handful.
I don't know. I mean, there's a shitload of people. There's a huge percentage of like rap fans who probably go to Rap Caviar or they
Yeah, that's it. And they just
Or listen
just
to the radio.
watch what comes up on. That's the weird
or
thing
like
is that
fucking Pandora or something.
but they watch
Spotify.
what
Hey,
comes up
Pandora.
on YouTube via the algorithm, and the
Sometimes
algorithm
sometimes
is
the algorithm does a good job.
it can be great, but it's also like the algorithm mostly is showing you stuff that they already know that you like.
Yeah.
So if I had only if I started a new YouTube channel right now and I just watched a shitload of Migos and Nav
Oh, that's all you would ever get.
over and over, I just chose Migos and Nav, Migos and Nav. Well,
all they show
you're
you.
gonna think that there's nothing else out there besides fucking
That's
Migos
facts.
and Nav after
and
a
then
while.
and then maybe like a Travis Scott song, and then
Yeah.
like yeah.
They'll let
that's
you
really-
branch out a little bit, and that's why that's a big part of the power of collaborations at this point. Is like you're not just collaborating musically, you're collaborating on fucking keywords.
Yeah,
You know, like being
search
Oh my god,
engines.
SEO.
having a song with fucking Moneybag Yo all of a sudden puts you in the
Moneybagg
part of
Yo.
YouTube where Moneybag Yo fans are at, and you know that's
Or it gives you the similar artist to this on Spotify.
That's facts.
even with interviews. Like when I first started fucking doing interviews, like I remember that Suicide Boys interview went so viral because if you played a
type in-
Suicide Boys fucking song, it was directing you to that shit over
Wow.
and over. Like YouTube,
That's fire.
I got the interview with them, but then
pretty
like
sure
YouTube
that's
did
how
all
I-
the work. You know,
I'm pretty sure that's how I even figured out who you were at the time, because the interview just pop up whatever I was looking at.
My
Crazy.
thing was, I think Complex posted you before they hated you
you knew about me from that.
from Complex because I
That's
was
interesting.
following Complex and I think they like they tweeted out or something an interview. I think it was the Ian Connor one.
I don't
Yeah.
think Complex has never done anything that made me like think they hated me besides unfollowing me. But
Oh, I thought you told me they hate you.
I don't
never
think.
mind. Maybe they don't hate
I
you.
mean, I've never been on Complex, but Complex, like even before I had like actual allegations, I don't think Complex was gonna fuck with me because I had like real minor allegations, like of fucking knowing Milo and shit. Like I was supposed to be on Everyday
I
Struggle back
remember
in
the
the day
Milo.
and
Oh
got
my
fucking
God.
booted off the playlist because of the fact that like I got caught fucking basically knowing Milo, basically having a
Damn.
conversation with Milo.
That's
that
crazy.
is fucking crazy.
Yeah, the whole like politically correct world ain't really. I'm not really cut out for it.
Yeah.
It's really cutthroat.
Let me.
This
me
ni- oh.
What? Just say the worst thing I ever did in my life.
I was gonna
Say
say he came up to me and Koo. We were at Agenda one time. He was passing out
Oh, you told me about
no jumper
Oh my
business
God.
Stop
card.
pretending like you don't know Koo, our guy.
No, I know who. Yeah,
You don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
him?
No, I do. He gave me like a fucking Xan, I think, that day.
That's
Fucking-
the only thing he ever
He
remembers
probably-
No, he
about
probably gave me
Koo.
a bunch of sweatpants too at different
Yeah.
times in my life too.
Exactly,
But
he probably-
no, I remember that, and that was like. I still didn't really like have like that much notoriety for the no jumper thing. Like I was at Agenda and I don't think anybody said anything to me the whole time, but I had I had stickers and on the back it said like
it was a sticker, it wasn't a business card.
It said on the back I put like interviews with Xavier Wolf,
Look
Ian
at you
Connor,
writing your resume.
Lil
job are you
Yachty,
applying for?
put my whole little resume, my little clout list on the back there.
Aww.
But I remember kind of having the realization of like, man, I'm not good at being the guy who's just like handing out shit to people. Like I'm too much.
You gotta
of
have a street promo team. You have to have like Pablo
I mean,
or someone do it.
Get a Pablo on
You
your
didn't
team.
really, you didn't do that bad of a job to me. I don't know. I
You
had
actually checked it out from that?
I mean, I think I had like probably saw him around maybe a little bit before that, but
Network.
yeah,
I remember when
though.
you guys first invited me on. Oh, funny thing is, someone tweeted a picture of us three sitting down. Whoa, why'd you do that with your ears? That was creepy.
My ears hurt from the headphones. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with my ears.
Oh yeah, are your ears okay now?
Yeah, we're fine.
Oh yeah.
Someone tweeted a picture of us sitting down at the old store.
At the first store,
one of the first times, and then now they're like
then,
progression.
Wow, that's crazy.
Super cute.
I didn't even
but
think about that.
when you invited me on to the podcast the first time, I had no idea what a podcast was.
What was the first time at the old store? Mm-hmm. But what did we?
You got so dolled up.
I thought it was like a thing you had to. It was. It was
thought
on
like
camera.
a party? Yeah.
It was, I remember that being our reaction. Though, was like, holy shit! Like this is by far the most dressed up that anybody has ever
I
gone.
mean, I
for
could
this
get more
podcast.
dressed up.
It was glam. You had like a feather boa and like sunglasses.
We were really into that.
Yeah, but you were very like on brand. I appreciated it. It's like, oh, she's trying to like be known as being this like Hawaii ass girl. Then I guess you got to come through with the fit, right?
Now I'm just the girl with the dog.
You sort of given up on a little bit of that brand building.
No,
this is just a different version.
I
of
haven't given up on that. It's just that I noticed when I get super dolled up and I sit here for like. Actually, now that we do the fucking live stream after 7 hours, it's not very comfortable.
Really?
No.
That's interesting.
Who wants to sit like that for 8 hours, you know?
Not fun.
No, I understand
now
that.
I'm earth tone cam girl.
I don't even want to have on jeans right now. I should have wore sweats, you know?
Ellen DeGeneres.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Ellen. Yeah, okay. Shout out Lil B.
What do you guys think about Doja Cat?
Oh, my God.
Shit.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
Holy moly.
I'm going to default to the person of color here. What do you think about this vicious attack upon your culture?
Thank you for finally go ahead and listen to me.
I just want to do that before I come out and say I don't think she did anything wrong.
For sure. All right, listen.
No, is that what your take is on this?
Pretty much.
Let me divulge here, guys. So the thing with me and the thing with this whole situation is I'm looking at it from both sides, right? I'm looking at it from someone who does not know anything about this woman, right? Their first interaction with her is on a mainstream level, hearing her song on the radio probably, knowing really not that much about her at all, and then coming across this story, right? You would be like, what the fuck? Like, just, that's your natural reaction, right? Being someone who, like, knows her type of humor, also engages in similar type of humor.
Similar.
That you do have.
You guys
have the offensive internet deep comedy gene
And,
like
like,
she does.
The male
like,
and female versions.
Like, even down to her being like, oh, if you get me to number one, I'm going to show my boobs. And like, you know, like just all that, like the whole thing that encompasses her as a whole, and knowing that, I could see how it would come off offensive if you didn't know, but like to me, I'm in on the joke, so I was kind of like, haha.
But
like,
you're just like
funny.
her because you frequently. I was thinking,
I do.
like, there are times that on this podcast where you've just hit us with the hard R, and
All
we
the time.
fucking laugh because we are nervous and fucking
just
weirded
like,
out by it because it's like, oh my God,
I
wasn't expecting that.
And look, and like at the end of the day, what you have to realize is like the power that you have, and like the perception is going to give other people to like. They think it's okay for like now if you called me an N-word with the hard R after I've said it in front of you so many times, it would like almost like made you feel comfortable to say it. I'm not saying that you'd have done this or that you would, but it's like, you know, it's like you're playing a fucking game there where it's not gonna be good in the end because people are gonna get comfortable and just like,
this is my thing about it.
you know.
Let's look at what the actual evidence we have for Doja Cat being racist is. Screenshots of her being in chat rooms with a bunch of white guys that maybe some could be alt-right adjacent, but I have not seen actual, like, I want to see a picture of one of those guys and then an article that he wrote or a tweet that he posted that's like extremely racist. That would make me find that more convincing.
I don't know anything about Tiny Chat, but people were saying that some of these people are famous on their their usernames
for being like racist
being
or
super
whatever.
racist.
That's what I want to know.
Okay, but look,
I would be very interested in that, but I haven't really seen that evidence.
I haven't seen that evidence either.
I saw the videos of her in the chat rooms, like talking to the dudes. They were like saying derogatory shit towards her, but at the same time, it's like, okay, if she was on there being like a cam girl and shit, that's like a kink thing that she was probably doing to, one, either make money, two, she was probably antagonizing it by like going along with it, like, oh yeah, I'm a white man's whore, I'm a nigger, like, oh, like just kind of like going along with it, like playing into it.
I just hate the idea that like her, like so much of the stuff I've seen seems like it could basically have just been like deep internet troll type jokes.
That's what I thought. That was my first.
And I just hate the fact that like she now it's like, oh hey, you're super famous, you have a #1 song. Let's take every fucking joke you ever made on the internet and perceive it from a completely ridiculous fucking literal level and completely forget about the fact that like one of the reasons why you like Doja Cat is because she's funny, she's witty, she's
just fucking weird and says weird shit.
Yeah, and you like she's very like of the internet. Even the fucking
Super
cow
internet.
song was very like,
sure.
oh, like she gets us. Like she's got a good sense of humor. She's funny in a way that, no offense, Nicki Minaj is not funny in the way that she is. Cardi B is not funny in the way that Doja Cat is. They have such different types of humor, and I appreciate hers is very much from the internet. Like,
from the internet,
like Cardi B would
100%.
not get a lot of Doja Cat's jokes that I guarantee that she makes
Cardi B,
in private. You
but
know?
then also just them as people too. Like, like they
Doja
would just
Cat's
be
not
like,
from whatever.
Doja Cat,
Brooklyn,
honestly, like through looking into like all this shit and like actually somehow listening to more of her music afterwards, I came away from it thinking like, and I even liked the fucking Instagram live that she did last night where she didn't fully like apologize. She basically said like, I'm gonna just explain all this shit that you guys are so fucking mad about.
That's facts.
I don't know, like her complaining about her hair. Since when are you not allowed to complain about your own body? Why does that have to be a racial thing?
The whole thing was that they were saying it was the terms that she was using and like talking about her specific hair that is like, you know, tied to black women, and basically just her hating her side, like her half black side. She's half black and half white apparently. So they're saying that she just like hates herself and hates her, like the fact that she's black and hates that she has black hair.
It's such a cynical reading of basically just complaining about your hair.
I mean,
like that's what the whole.
It's the way that she was saying it, but like again, if you're in on the joke,
right,
then you get that she's not being serious. Like I fucking hate myself. Like oh my god, like I dread being black.
Was that screenshot real? Where like she was saying apparently like, oh I wish I was white because then I wouldn't. It
would be so great to not be black, etc.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's real.
I don't know if that was confirmed.
I felt like if that was real, that it was probably done 1000% sarcastically, because I just don't really see how she could have ever said that without it just being like a completely sarcastic statement.
See, but then this is the thing though. People start tying everything together
with her,
and then
like,
and then her dating white niggas all the time, and it's like,
and she could
fuck.
date obviously whoever she wants, but everything tied together
they took the clip of her, like she was on some fucking YouTube channel and there's this like super buff ass white dude and she's all just like acting like he's so hot and shit. It's like probably almost any girl would think this guy was hot. He's like a huge buff fucking muscle dude. It's like, how is this a side of her being racist that she's attracted to a dude, and it's a fucking skit. She's attracted to some guy that probably almost any woman would like say that was a good looking guy.
Yeah, see that's where the lines get blurred, because it's like, again, all the shit gets tied in together and it just sounds like, oh man, it's like painting this narrative.
I can't believe like they couldn't even give her a month, a week.
But then they also like apologize. Who's
they?
I don't know. It was like, okay, it was a trending. It was trending like Doja Cat's over party. Then there was another like, but then listen, there was another one that said like, we're sorry Doja Cat, that was trending after. And I don't even have a Twitter, and I saw this.
Well,
I don't know.
didn't see that.
You guys are not up on this at all.
We're sorry, Doja Cat party.
Need to do some more research.
No,
guys.
no, I saw it too. It was very strange how it seemed like people just like immediately decided, oh no, fuck that, she's not canceled. 6ix9ine is canceled, and Doja Cat, we're sorry about canceling you. But
then she still went and did the live and all that shit. So I'm like, okay, like obviously.
I mean, I think I appreciated her live because she didn't seem that bothered by it, and I think she has a very like real perspective on this. That like, this is not really gonna be that. this is not going to be the thing that ends her career. If you don't forget, or if you don't remember, like when the Moose song came out, she immediately had a huge fucking controversy because of like, I forget
Saying
what it
the
even
F word.
was. It was something saying fag, yeah, on fucking Twitter or whatever back in the day. She deleted all of her tweets, which genius move. Fucking wow, a lot of people should do that. If you get famous,
delete your whole Twitter.
if you've had Twitter for more than a year, just purge
Wipe
the whole
it.
thing. It would be
You have
great.
to.
Wipe
Such
it
a
and
great
then just
idea.
start promoting your new shit from there.
Brilliant idea.
Unfollow everybody. Delete all the DMs.
That is what she did. She unfollowed everybody too. Yeah.
Delete all the DMs. Everything.
I didn't know how long she'd been around. I found out she's actually been like
Oh
doing
my
it
God,
since
are
like
you serious?
2012,
100%, she's been
2013.
signed. She's been on the come up for like 5 years.
I didn't even know at all.
Her first song, like her first like wee you, that like weed song. That song's so fire, actually.
It's like Get High With Me or
Yeah,
something. You're
yeah.
like,
I forgot what it's called, but I could find it. And
She was kind of like a early SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah,
100%.
bro,
She's
for sure,
part
for
of
sure.
like the old wave of like, I don't know, like weed,
see, but look,
rap. Like,
but look, it's funny because somebody tagged me in the comments and was like, House Phone said she's been loved white dudes, and I'm like, I definitely did say that before, but like not even on some like serious shit.
I
Someone
wonder who
also-
exposed her.
someone also DM'd me saying
know.
that they want you to tell the story of seeing her at a party.
I wasn't at a party, but it was.
She deleted all of her ex-boyfriend's music. Just say it.
Bro, it was
Who,
hilarious.
that Johnny Utah guy?
Nah.
Oh.
I don't fucking know.
It was
that dude.
another white guy?
Bro, this was
Oh
this
my
was like
God.
2014. You
That's
feel me?
pretty hilarious. How many
wow.
white guys are there?
And
I'd love to see just like a
I
row
keep
of
listen.
every guy she's ever
I
dated.
keep supposed to tell you guys after who it is because we've had this convo on here like maybe twice, and I was supposed to show you guys who it is every time, and I always
I
forget.
remember-
If you wrote it, would I know?
Yeah, maybe.
I remember
I'll text
you
right
told me
now.
the name because
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it, but yeah,
I'll text you right now.
I
but
just
yeah,
can't
man.
remember.
But
what his
okay,
name
so
was.
so set the scene for me. You're at a party.
Okay, we're not at a party. We are at his house, right?
Okay.
And basically, it was just a whole bunch of like random SoundCloud rappers. A lot of the OGG dudes used to be there
OGG.
back then.
Okay.
And like a lot of
Oh, you
producers and
texted us?
shit.
Doja
Yeah.
Cat was hanging out with OG Mako and them.
No. She was
Weird
with
collab.
She was with the dude, and
Wasn't he an EDM rapper?
Nah.
I swear to God, he
She
was
dated him?
Yeah, bro. So look, so
Oh, he's hurt.
So we're
Holy shit.
Yo,
Holy fuck.
no. He was going up back then. He was like, he had like
he has EDM rapper.
no, he was not EDM rapper at all.
Yeah,
he
he's
was
just a
going.
rapper.
He was going up back. He was going up back then. He was doing like hella acoustic guitar shit. He was doing shit with the OGG niggas. He had fucking did some shit with fuck, I don't want to say his
if
name.
I
but-
dated Doja Cat back in
know,
the day
I know.
and I like just treated her like shit, took
No,
her for
he did it,
granted.
though. No, but he did. Listen.
I would
listen.
feel so.
That's what I'm trying to
dumb.
tell you.
I'd be like really questioning everything
Listen,
about my life. Okay.
we at the crib chilling, whatever. He had been working on some album for a long ass time, and I don't know. We're all there like getting fucked up, like chilling or whatever, and like they were arguing the whole time, and I don't know. Apparently, she went on his fucking thing and wiped his whole his whole
my
thing, his whole fucking
God.
hard drive of the whole album. But yeah,
that is so tight.
That's-
If
that was
someone,
alleged-
if
alleged.
someone wiped my hard drive, I don't even know what I would do. I would.
it was like
I
a new
would-
hard drive that he had
I
just
would
got.
think
Like
about
he had
killing
just
them.
uploaded this album on. But
That
like,
just makes me wonder about how many other fire ass, crazy ass chick things she did in her life before she got famous. You know.
yeah, she probably did. Lisa
That's
Left Eye
tight.
burned down the nigga
That's
house.
what I was
like,
thinking of
you know?
too. That's like
Fire.
that's like all she could ever aspire to do. Like burning down someone's house and kind of getting away from it is
Bro,
pretty much as lit
burning
as you
down
get.
the house and then having the nigga come bail you out and take you back to the crib. That's like female,
That's
like
insane.
that's like female legend status right there.
If
Like,
Doja Cat can do that,
she don't need to do that though.
God, do you think that
She at
like,
the point now where the nigga's gonna try to burn down her house.
Do you think that she
100%.
basically needs to date a non-white person at this point?
Yes.
So, like, do you think that her
I
PR
volunteer
team
as
is like,
tribute.
listen,
Listen.
we've got Tyson Beckford,
Just like the hottest
No,
black
her and
model.
her and
nigga.
Blue,
Somebody.
Her and Blueface.
Why does Blueface
Why
have such a
Blueface?
grudge against her? That's one thing I think is
He
so
said
crazy
Doja
too.
Cap.
Bro,
That's kinda
academics, Dom is live, Blueface. I know they're all like team hard on thoughts or whatever, but like
Yeah,
they all seem to have such
I hate that
extreme
team.
media bias against her. Like they are like framing this whole thing to like make her
Yeah.
look as bad as possible, which is fine if that's their
No,
perspective.
but
I was just a little surprised.
Fair enough. No, it's not just them because I was watching like a bunch of like tea channels with like black women that make it, and they all are not having
really?
it. Like impressive and lovely tea.
But
They're-
I want to know what evidence they find so
TV,
compelling.
What?
some shit like that. This is one called Black Feminine
But
TV.
wait, can you guys believe that she immediately got knocked off the number one? And guess who's number one now?
Meg, sorry.
Meg Thee Stallion
But
and
that was
Beyonce.
probably
Wasn't
that was
already-
gonna happen
wasn't it already
anyway.
happening?
That was no. I thought it happened right after all the scandal.
Oh no.
I mean,
I'm saying like
I
wasn't
thought
it
it was
already?
I thought it was a direct like.
Oh, it might have been.
What?
Doja, like,
Can't believe they
you know,
couldn't-
getting number one is like you very rarely are gonna keep that for all that long, right?
And that's what she was saying in the live. She was like, dude, like, because she touched on a lot of different points on the live, and she was
Yeah.
like, at the end of the day, like, I'm not like, oh, I need this number one. Like, I was trying to get it like that. She said that she,
Yeah, on the live, she said that.
Yeah,
That
she was
doesn't
like-
really give a fuck. And
yeah,
she was just doing it.
she was like, you're gonna fucking, be there for a week, and then you're gonna start to plummet, and you're gonna be here and there, and I was like,
But this is my thing about Doja Cat is that I watched the live. She said that she doesn't care about being number one or
But you
whatever.
do, though,
but I
obviously.
went and listened to like one of her albums on the way here, like on the newest albums. I'm like, this does not sound like the album of a person who doesn't care about
every
making
song
hit
sounds
records.
like a radio. number
Yes,
one
and
hit.
she's got like Dr. Luke fucking co-writing her shit or writing her
she's
shit.
signed to Dr.
whatever.
Luke.
Yeah, and that's just like, I mean, she doesn't make like weird fucking spacey, strange,
to.
experimental
But she-
indie
yeah,
music.
she
I
used
know
to.
she
Yeah.
probably used to, or that's what I've heard about her, but I haven't like actually gone back. But like, you know, that was the weird part about it is I'm like, this doesn't sound like the kind of music that you can just act like, oh, I'm just doing whatever my heart says to do. Like it sounds like,
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
you care about making hit records, and that's okay.
I mean,
craft-
if
you
you're
could own
crafting a
that.
hit record.
if you're
Yeah.
signed to Dr. Luke, you have to care.
Yeah.
Like I'm sorry, he makes pop hits and that's
Well, I
it.
think-
and
I-
if you look at the money poured into all her fucking music videos, like after the Tia Tamera video with Rico, and like you see everything after that is like
yeah.
after no
Shout out
starting
to
start-
Senora Directora.
starting from Juicy, the Juicy remix video
Oh,
is like
yeah,
is where
exactly.
it was like you could tell they're putting money into her, and it's like
This is the
every
thing.
single video is a movie.
She is being pushed in a way that they want to turn her into this super mainstream, polished,
100%.
fucking professional, whatever. But then, like, it's pretty clear that there's a dissonance, that she actually is a sarcastic fucking troll who likes
Yeah.
making offensive jokes. It's kind of hard to imagine a lot of people in her position thinking it's funny to sit in a fucking group chat with a bunch of white dudes and say the hard R and to
know.
make them laugh. I
know.
understand
Not to
how, like,
make them laugh, but it's more of
but
like-
she knew what she was doing in that
Yeah,
moment,
yeah,
and she
yeah.
knows that that's going to
something
get
I
the
would
desired
totally
effect.
do, though.
you
You
know?
guys are the same
Yes.
person. The craziest
She
thing,
has the kind of sense of humor that is a lot closer to our sense of humor,
Exactly.
but she's being pushed now
In
into
the main-
spaces
Into
where
Ariana
that kind of sense of
Grande.
humor is not
But listen,
appreciated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but at the end of the day,
They
as soon
wanna
as
make
you-
her Ariana Grande. That's crazy.
man. And I don't
they
know.
want to make
And she's not.
I mean,
The
it's not
cra-
that she's not like on a musical level or nothing like that, but like this
Her-
squeaky clean fucking.
can't.
What's her name came from Nickelodeon literally, so she was like hoisted into this position,
Right.
Just like this,
Yeah.
like this innocent queen. You feel
And
me?
the thing is like, what does she want? Does she want to
She
take,
said she just cares about making music.
but does
That's
she
what
want
said.
to take the edgy part of her personality and fucking bury it and just completely try to actually
think- I
live
don't think she can.
a more clean cut
I don't think anybody can.
lifestyle? Like, is she still going to be on Tiny Chat? She's definitely never going to feel
she
safe on there
definitely
again.
cannot be on. I cannot believe she was on
I
it
didn't
2
even-
weeks ago.
I didn't even know what that was.
Is she
honestly.
going to become?
That's another thing is like she must be so into like the deep web. Like I have
Well,
no
she-
idea what the fuck
I don't know
Tiny
anything
Chat
about that
is.
shit either.
Well,
to be
see,
real, yeah.
the thing she said that she's been in chat rooms and shit like that since she was a kid, and that she
Right.
just, like that's just
She's that type of fucking
she's that
person,
internet
you know?
girl, you know.
A lot of people like Cardi B would never be able to
Cardi
wrap
B was
her
on
head
the
around
block.
this.
Yeah, Cardi B is not.
Cardi was
cr-
in the strip clubs.
Right.
Or even like to me, her saying like, if you make my song number one, I'll show my boobs real hard.
Real
to
hard,
me, it was
like-
so insanely obvious right away. Like
That it
she's
was-
not showing her fucking boobs. I think it would be great if she did.
If she would have,
but
got number one and showed her titties.
it never seemed real to me. It's like I've said stuff like that on like YouTube
Thanks for
videos.
number one.
You know what that's like? That's
Titties out.
like when Charlamagne said that if 6ix9ine does
Got
this,
out
he'll
of
suck
jail.
his dick. It's
That
like
was hilarious.
everybody
He's like, "I'll
knows.
give him fellatio."
Everybody knows that he was joking. That Charlamagne was joking, but it's fun to act like he wasn't. Everybody knew that fucking Doja Cat wasn't going to show her boobs.
No, but see, that's what they were saying.
I think some people are actually.
Nah, I
like,
know.
She's
some-
right. Like the
some
Fortnite
incels.
kids that don't know anything about her or whatever are
Yeah,
like,
they're
oh,
like,
this
"Oh,
is like
she's hot."
this is a fun way to troll.
Yeah.
you
and
know?
and there was like like those videos of like niggas listening to streaming the song all at one time on like 20 different devices. No, those are the ones that like went and dug up this information and found this shit and was like, exposing
but you
her.
think they're the ones who are trying to punish
Yes,
her?
because it was like,
I think they're trying to say that, but I don't think so.
dude, listen, they were saying that like no like just casual listener of Doja Cat or like of the radio that doesn't give a fuck is not gonna go looking for this random information
you
about
don't think
her.
it was the people in Tiny Chat?
Nah, bro. I think it was a horny incel nigga that wanted to see some titties. That was like, Doja Cat didn't fucking show them titties. We about to get her out of
Well,
here.
that's just your theory.
And then
We about to get her the fuck out
any,
of here. She didn't show them goddamn titties.
You want to know what I now am wondering?
What?
I actually, we've all a million times in your life, you've thought a girl was hot. You end up
Let's
taking her
dox
home.
her.
No, no, you end up taking her home, and then the boobs are not what you thought they were going to be, right? You thought she was going to have great boobs. They look good with the shirt on, and then they're just not so great in real life. Somehow, Doja Cat Gate has made me actually curious about the structural integrity of her boobs. And anytime I ever fucking see her in a music video dancing around or anything ever again, I'm going to be kind of like mentally thinking like, those are those boobs that we never got to see.
Her boobs look amazing in the bitch I'm a cow thing.
In her album, the one before this is like Mila or something, like her real name. She is wearing something that like pretty much shows her tits.
I had never
whole
even
ass is out
thought
too
about
on
her
the Juicy
boobs
video.
ever before in my entire life before this week. Or
Also-
whenever she said that.
She was wearing the same shirt that you wore.
I know.
To,
I wonder. I was thinking about that brand. I'm like, would that brand be happy she was wearing that
I
in
know,
the
during
live
that
or
video,
not?
huh?
Shout out to. I
What
think
was
it's
the brand?
It's like cotton candy apparel or something.
Oh, I
It's
thought
like
it-
a just a
Of course you'd be happy. That's
a lot of
exposure
kawaii
right there.
brand.
Yeah, right.
But her talking about like, hey, I'm not a racist.
And she's wearing the shirt. Yeah.
I think at the
Hey,
end of the day, it's worth it, man. There is bad publicity, but that's not bad publicity. That's
Yeah,
just
she's
straight.
wearing that hentai
Nobody's
shirt.
gonna hold the
Which
shirt.
She came up to me at
accountable.
hard and said, "Oh my god, I love your outfit. I have that same shirt."
Did you see? Okay, 2 tweets that I saw though that
Shout out to
I
her,
really
actually.
thought were notable about
I'm
Doja
like
Cat.
a really big fan of her. So
Number one,
it hurt me.
DJ Vlad posted up and said that Doja Cat, after he interviewed her, hit him up basically saying, I don't want to put that interview out. And Vlad put it out anyway. So she blocked him. I thought that was kind of funny.
That
but-
sounds about right.
That
Yeah,
sounds about
not that crazy. But Wayno had a hilarious tweet where he said that when he met her, she shook his hand and like gave him like a really like weird, dirty look. And like him tweeting about that after the fact is kind of like makes it like, oh, like did she give Wayno that look because Wayno is black?
No.
What?
I mean, well, that's like the kind of connection that he's sort of kind of trying to draw
What?
there.
I
It's
met
like-
her and didn't have that
I don't think so.
interaction
I
at
mean,
all.
I'm sure there's like 5
I mean,
million black
unless-
people who've met her that
Yeah.
didn't
I'm
have
trying to
that
say,
feeling.
unless
But
it's like a correlation of like every black person she's ever met, she's
I
given this
know,
dirty
right?
look
Like, I'm
too.
like,
But like
what?
I don't know. Who knows what she's
I don't
going?
know, yeah.
Who knows what she was going through that day?
maybe she doesn't like everyday struggle.
Yeah, maybe she
maybe
just
she doesn't like academics.
Yeah,
And
maybe.
she thought
She's
I
like,
don't
oh,
know.
you
Yeah.
riding with him?
Yeah, you're a
Bye.
op. Yeah,
Get out,
exactly.
Wayno.
Wait,
No.
was this recently? Did he say when this was?
I don't think he didn't mention when it was. Yeah.
Because like if it was definitely during the everyday struggle time, I mean I guess yeah she's only been famous during that.
I actually really wanted
Everyday
to
Struggle
watch
time.
the episode of Everyday Struggle that was about this topic, but I forgot.
I didn't get a chance
And
to
I
get
will.
I
it.
watched a few of their episodes recently. I like it.
Yeah.
They're doing the zooms.
I absolutely
Everyone's
hate,
doing Zooms
I hate the
except
fact that
us.
everybody's production quality is still the same, you know, like every podcast fucking feels the same now because everybody's just got like a Zoom thing going
Besides
and
us.
it's like,
we're
just
holding it down.
We're risking our lives
bro,
for
we
this.
stayed fucking trill the whole time. We're like Casanova.
Also, before we depart from Doja Cat, what is there proof that she was actually like stripping for white supremacists, or is that just all up in the air?
I think that was
There's
all the
no-
Tiny Chat shit.
I think
I know,
yeah,
but like,
that's
is
what
there
it was.
like she
really
was cam
proof?
girl.
Like,
Wasn't
there
she was showing her feet, right?
I saw.
She was like
I saw,
sticking her fingers down her
I
throat.
saw
didn't see her-
even more crazy allegations that she was shitting on there
That's fire. Where's that at?
in the Tiny
Hey,
Chat.
if anybody got the video of Doja Cat shitting, DM it to me.
That's what you're into.
immediately.
You're into shit.
Are you joking me,
Someone that famous, I would definitely watch her cut a turd,
I was
even if I had to hit
about to
the
say,
dark web. Yeah,
bro? What? I would pay for that. Top dollar.
if she cut a turd, now
especially
that's
if
a
it's
reason
on-
for her to be trending all weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so much more. Wait, but do you think that if there was a video of Doja Cat cutting a turd, that it would be good or bad for
But
her
like
career?
shitting on someone or just shitting like in general.
Maybe it's like funny and the context is good, and she's just sort of like out having a few drinks, and she just drops it low and just like drops a turd real quick, and then bounces right back up.
I would be down to see her like shit on
Doesn't
somebody.
wipe.
I would want to see her like just shit on some nigga's
A
chest.
white guy's face. Maybe that could be the way that she sort of like
That's
comes
how
back
she gets
from all
back
this.
from this. Yeah,
Take a dump on
she has
some
to.
guy's
She
face.
got to
yeah.
like publicly
I
like
don't
in an arena in a stadium just take a shit in the middle of the like 50-yard dash. 50,
Do you think that she should make a donation to like an anti-white supremacist charity? To me, this was my thing the whole time. If I'm gonna believe that Doja Cat is racist against her own kind, I'm gonna need some fucking knock it out of the park ass evidence, and I just haven't seen anything that I thought was even close.
Well, I mean, they don't have to prove anything to you.
No, yeah, I'm just saying on a personal level.
know.
But
If you were Dame Dash right now, you would kill
Oh
him.
man, that's what I'm.
even Dame Dash, I would hold him to the same standard. Like, let's see the actual racist thing.
No, she was saying that if I was Dame Dash, I wouldn't even be letting you speak right now.
Yeah, 'cause
which
you
I'm
said-
glad. I really am glad you let me go first because I was
I already
thinking about
regret
that.
it.
You
They're
already
telling me
regret it.
that Sean C's video about Doja Cat is really good in
gotta
terms
watch
of
that.
wrapping all that stuff up. So
I like
perhaps
I
I'll
like
explore
Sean
it.
C. He has a very calming voice.
Yeah,
You know.
it feels like you're watching like a poet on stage because he's just
That's
sort
exactly
of
what
like he's
it
got
sounds
like a
like.
stool. He's just got to stay there. He's like not really looking at the camera that much.
It's kind of funny, yeah.
It's a nice format.
Nice format.
What else do we have to talk about?
I want to talk about. Did you guys go anywhere for Memorial Day? I know this is kind of like.
I came
Wrapping it.
here and I did the No Jumper News with the team.
Did you know everyone was going to Arizona? I saw crazy Instagram stories of like people having like crazy Arizona mansion parties
Really?
because
going
Arizona's
up.
like
It's
completely open.
I didn't know that. I
And it's,
didn't
like, the
even
closest
think
thing.
about like
They're very
actually
scary.
leaving the
Damn,
house.
niggas are commuting to Arizona to go function and then coming back here.
I'll tell you who.
Oh my god.
Doesn't it
I saw
already
like
feel
One
like
Take Jay and all of them over there.
it already feels like nobody gives a fuck?
I think everyone's over it.
It's funny,
it
right?
Sucks. It sucks to
But
say,
it's
Scary.
How long? How long till we hear about a fucking cluster? Because this shit is really fucking serious. Let's not forget. Like there is
Yeah.
going to be some concert or some event or something that happens where 50 fucking people. Well, not a concert, but it's going to be like whatever
An
whatever
Arizona
kind of gathering.
Memorial
Arizona,
Party.
Arizona Memorial Day.
Some of those
Mansion
club
party.
scenes that you saw, those like
Oh my
mad people
God.
in like outdoor club type settings and shit. It's just like holy.
Someone from Houston was trying
Yeah,
to book me to DJ something, and I'm like, should we talk when the coronavirus is over?
Nah.
But then I forgot Houston is like kind of open.
Bro,
or something.
what? Yeah, the homegirl worked. My homegirl's like a bottle girl in Houston. They're at the club already on Saturday.
Jesus Christ.
I saw Atlanta niggas at the club
I
smoking
forgot
hookah.
Atlanta's open.
Everybody
lit.
is outside. Like
I'm
all
in
these
the crib
people.
still.
Yeah. Well, not this weekend. You were partying your ass off.
I
You
was
still haven't
part-
given us the full
I
story.
was just partying inside of my friend's house, doing drugs in
And
a
then you came to
secluded
my
area.
house.
And then I came to your
stinky,
house.
Which I appreciate,
You
by the way.
smelled bad at her house?
Well, I had this like vintage crew neck on that I just got, and like from some fucking in some nigga's basement from the '90s. So
It did smell like it was from the 90s.
yeah, it wasn't me. It was a
But I
sweater,
appreciate you
and
for
I took
coming.
it off.
Also, I appreciate you gifting subs on my stream. That was very
Fun.
sweet of you.
Very fun.
I was like, why is he being? Sorry, I'm like very weirded out every time you do nice things.
I'm always nice.
I don't know
I
about
don't know
that.
about always.
What are you talking about?
No,
don't
but
know
I
about
really
that.
appreciate
No?
it. Thank you so much.
Gifting subs is fun. I like it because then the chat just starts fucking blowing up, talking about it.
I
The
love-
streamer
Yeah.
talks about it. It's like you get to take over their stream for a little
I
bit.
mean, I just want you to raid me. Give me those views.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Raid me.
I was
what?
like,
No, that's. It's,
I
it's,
love. Wait,
it's
hold on,
Twitch
wait. Let me just speak on something.
What?
I love how your other person didn't even come, and I came and showed up, and the first thing you have to say is like, "Thanks for coming and smelling bad."
What
Like,
other
the
person?
What? No.
Thank you.
Oh, for
No,
your.
no,
oh,
no.
yeah. For
Wait,
the
are you
Twitch.
talking about at my house?
I'm just saying, like, that's just funny that was like the first like.
I'm
thing.
sorry. You know how I am
I'm
with
like-
smells.
And I'm like, do I ever smell bad?
no,
though?
you
And,
never.
Like,
That's why I was
and
so
I t-
surprised, and I brought it up.
and I
I
told
could
you
totally
that
imagine you smelling bad. I'm
I've
not
never
sure I
smelled
have
bad
smelled
ever.
it,
Yeah,
but
he actually never smells
never
bad.
smelled bad
That's
ever.
why I was very surprised, and it was very
it
ingrained
was-
in my mind.
But do you
It
ever
was
go
the
2 days
sweater.
without a shower?
Not really, no. Maybe like a day.
He wanted me to wash and dry it. I'm like, I mean, I
Well, because
can.
I mean, I had just got it, and you have a washer and dryer.
I mean,
in
I
your
could
house.
have, but then you were trying to leave. Okay, this is like
Yeah.
not important
I was
right
okay.
now.
Basically, I was okay. Friday night, I went to the studio. Boom. The homie gave me like a little half a Addy, but I think that my brain is so just like I actually have ADHD really bad to where nigga it just made me feel normal, and I like got sleepy almost.
Really?
Yeah. So then.
Oh my God.
I like.
Like, turn you into a normal human being?
Yeah. So I knocked out a song, and then I took a half a Xan and knocked out another song, and then from there.
What?
From leaving the studio and then I think we went back to your house. Or I don't know, or we dropped them back off. I don't know, but from leaving the studio to like basically till I saw you again on Saturday night. I don't know what the fuck I don't know where I was at. I
I
don't know
thought
if
you were
I-
on shrooms.
No, I didn't do the shrooms until like I was already at my friend Mada's house, who was close by you. But like I don't know like if I left your house and went to her house, or if I
I
went
don't know.
home.
You like briefly came and then you like left immediately.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know what the fuck I
Oh,
did.
you blacked out?
I was like off the
I
was
don't
off the
miss
Xan.
those days.
I don't miss it either, honestly.
I don't like the come down.
I had a
It's too
crazy
scary.
memory the other day of like a time that I was out drinking and doing Zans, and I ended up like going to the fucking studio and then going and doing something else and then going all the way back home and waking up in the morning and not even
You're
remembering.
like, what the fuck did I do?
Scary as
Yeah.
fuck.
And then I'm like looking through my texts, like fucking trying to figure out, and I'm
piece it
like
together.
looking at girls that I was talking to, like, who the fuck is this? Like figuring out shit about your night. Like, whoa,
Yeah,
you like
it's crazy.
made out with a girl. Like, who the fuck is? You know, it's like
Yeah.
that shit. I do not miss at all. That was really, really scary when I.
How
think
do you
about
piece
now.
it together? Were you vlogging or something?
No, you gotta like just
hope not.
backtrack.
Yeah, you
you
gotta just try
gotta
to figure
look
it out.
back through your Instagram DMs, look through your texts, look through your stories. You
But it's
gotta-
actually a really bad feeling when you like are the next day off the Xan though, when you're like trying to piece together what happened and you can't.
Yeah.
And
It's, like, really scary, especially
it's
as a
kind of
woman.
scary, right? I've
Yeah.
heard that the increased risk of Alzheimer's is crazy for people who are like really off the Xan.
Really?
Yeah.
damn.
That's scary.
I was in the middle of like telling a story and I was just like so zanned out that I forgot what the fuck I was talking about.
Are you
in
talking
the
about
middle.
right now?
No, like when I was on the Xan.
Imagine how weird it's gonna be to have a grandpa one day and he'll just like have a face tattoo and he'll just be like functionally retarded and he'll just be like,
You
oh,
too.
yeah. What's your grandfather like? Oh, he used to be a SoundCloud rapper. He's like fried off the Xans. He's fucked.
That's honestly a really funny skit that we should put into play right
We
now.
should for our up and coming skit show.
Let's do it.
Oh, you guys are doing skits now?
No, well,
we should, honestly.
All right, let me
That was
toss an
hilarious.
idea out there. Me and AD were talking about this on Saturday. Is like, what if we did some vlogs where we did things that we would not actually do in real life, but we just like did it for the vlog and sort of just made the vlog about us doing it, like fucking Trailer Park Boys type thing. Like me and AD just go to like, you know, we have a problem with somebody and we just go pull up on them and just fucking whatever. I don't know. I don't know how far I want to
like,
take
what?
this because okay, I always thought about this. I make a vlog and I call it like I'm a coke dealer. And I just go out, I get fake fucking coke, and I just go out all day. I just go to different people's houses, and I just act like I'm like selling them coke, and I just like document it, you know. And I actually just make my vlog as if I'm a real coke dealer, or I mean, real talk. You could just use real coke because what the fuck do they know? But you could just like make a vlog as a coke dealer. Just pretend you're a coke dealer all day. Make the vlog, put it out. You didn't actually sell coke, and even if you did, like, how the fuck are they going to prove it?
Sounds like you would get that video deleted, no?
Yeah, now that
Nelk-
stands out
no,
to me.
like Nelk has done this shit like that, you know, like fucking.
Do you think you can get away with like the fake rapper thing, like everything in this video is props and blah blah blah? You know,
I mean, maybe.
I mean, Vice will do a fucking documentary where they go hang out with a coke dealer while he sells coke. I was watching them do a fucking documentary.
the scopolamine,
Dude, they're going out with a fucking dude whose whole thing is that he steals NOS tanks from fucking hospitals in England, and they got a Vice camera crew just rolling around with him while this guy's gonna steal a tank of NOS. It's like $700. Like, you have to break into a hospital for something that you're gonna get $700 off. You
Yeah.
fucking
It's not
bum.
worth it.
Yeah,
I
that
could not
shit's-
believe that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
but
shit was
Vice,
crazy.
I don't know. I feel like they could get away with a lot of shit.
Yeah, because it feels like news. But if
Yeah, it
I
is
do
news.
it and it feels like an iPhone vlog about a guy who's just selling coke around
You're
Hollywood,
just a snitch, yeah.
it's gonna feel like, you know, like it's gonna get taken, especially if you show the
Yeah.
fake drugs or real drugs, whatever. Like,
And it just seems sketchy. Imagine like you buying coke off someone. They're just like filming you. Like,
vlogging
all
it.
right, you're gonna be on my vlog.
no, but
Yeah,
you would,
nigga.
everybody involved would have to be down for
Yeah, of course.
the vlog. Like, I would have to go to someone that I know's house,
have like the coke fiend sign a waiver.
or like a day as a Xanax dealer, like, you know, and you're just selling Xanax.
It would
people.
just be funny imagining it because like I know how people act when you usually pull up your vlog iPhone camera. Like,
Everybody
no
starts doing
jumper,
different.
ah, ah.
There is an old vlog where you could see house phone going in for a fucking line, like right as the clip ends, and it's so. I was of
Where-
course
where
off
did-
Xans at that time
where
in my
the fuck
life.
did you see
You
this?
could just see it in the background. Like there was a lot of times like that where you could just
Yeah.
see like the remnants of
someone doing some
cocaine or like
drugs,
you know, just you know stuff like, oh, why was there a rolled up dollar bill on the table, and you're just.
What?
I've had a rolled up dollar bill on me for the last couple of years. Sorry, guys.
Do you think
Bro.
people are still
Not me, but yeah.
snorting with dollar bills?
Yeah.
Are
Yeah,
you?
Corona
That's
bills.
so dirty.
Corona bills.
Ugh.
You're like passing out right now, or what?
No, just
What happened? What'd you do
Did
last
you
night?
see me? You're like, ugh.
I just like wipe my face. You guys are fucking.
Yo, I heard
crazy.
that Joe Budden and them did a podcast off mushrooms.
They did the mushroom podcast?
Well, I noticed that they put out an episode of the light is all purple, and somebody was
probably it.
saying in the
Wow.
Discord, in the No Jumper Discord, which you can find at the link in the description, maybe, that they did it, but then Maul didn't do it, of course.
Maul
Why
was
not?
like the babysitter of
Too
the
stubborn,
situation.
I guess. I don't know.
Okay, if
So
we
you don't like Maul, is what you're trying to say.
Are you
No,
gonna
but
be
I'm
the
just
mom?
not surprised that he was the one that didn't want to do mushrooms.
He's like too cool for school.
Who's
He's
gonna
probably
be-
too
who's
cool
gonna
for
be
This
the
is
one
the same guy who refuses to ever admit that he even got his feelings hurt by a girl.
I know. That's what I'm saying. He's too cool for school.
Okay,
He's too
who-
cool for
He's not ready for
shrooms.
mushrooms. He would be a different guy. if he
Okay.
had
Imagine
mushrooms.
he would probably
Who would
admit
be
that
the
all the
one-
times he got
who would
hurt.
be the one out of us three?
Let's be real. Who's the one that's not going to do the drugs?
Oh no,
I think you'd be scared to do it on camera.
I'm
I'll
scared,
do it.
I'm
I
scared,
don't give a
I'm
fuck.
scared to
You
do it
wouldn't do it,
off
no.
camera.
I would do mushrooms.
You wouldn't even drink a fucking 40 on her birthday. What do you mean? You wouldn't
I
even.
hate
Yeah,
alcohol.
you're a pussy.
I really don't like alcohol. Like not just because of like what it does to you. If you want to give me like a PBR pill that'll have the effect of a
PBR
PBR, I don't mind. But the actual like
Honestly,
alcohol
same.
in my stomach, the diarrhea the next morning, it just doesn't really agree.
Would you do whippets on camera?
I would
Whip
not
it
because I
vlog?
think it's socially irresponsible. But I mean, if you guys had whippets here, I'm not gonna lie, I might do a couple just to see what's cracking. It's been so long, and I spent so much time researching it yesterday that I'm like, if somebody had one, I mean, I might do one.
I might have the canister.
On you,
have
that
it
would
on
be
you
fun.
in your
but
backpack?
I might.
if
Wait,
you
did
have
I-
the D Savage thing with you, then
Did I tell you?
you borrowed it
Is
from
this
him?
a normal thing for whippet users to try to make the person pass out? Like you hold their and then you hold them down.
No, what
Okay,
the
I'll
fuck?
tell you about that later.
What the fuck?
Not saying that I want you to do it,
That
but
is some weird ass
I'll
shit.
tell you who I saw doing it, and you're gonna be like, oh wow.
Nah, I'm cool on
I want to
that.
know who's next. We're gonna see Drake with the canister.
That would be a
Definitely
white OVO canister.
If I see Drake with the balloon, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, it's over. It's fucking over.
No, okay. If that happened, that would be like when Justin Bieber killed activists.
Yes,
And
which I
like,
believe.
They would literally
God.
stop selling like it would be illegal to buy whippets.
Nobody has been able.
Balloons would just be.
Yeah, they use that shit for so much stuff. Like that's one thing that's kind of crazy about it is that like no matter what they do to try to get people to stop doing nitrous, it's going to be like insanely hard because it has a lot of other applications. Like people who do fucking cakes and shit like that need it. I don't know.
That's probably where niggas. Man, I need a bitch that work at a bakery to just steal the whippets.
Can you buy it from like?
The smoke
smoke
shop,
shop?
whatever. But I'm saying, why pay for them when I can have a bitch just steal them from her job? From her
Just get a
bakery
girl
job?
who works at a bank so that you can rob the bank and then.
have enough money to buy.
Well, no, that
Which
she'll
we'll
just
get
sort of
to.
like, help finesse the situation so that like, you don't have to do anything crazy, but then you kill her anyway during the bank robbery so she can't ever tattle on you.
But then
Just
you might
a little idea I've been working on.
I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Listen to his ideas.
I was just
He
like,
wants to do a coke dealer vlog and then kill a girlfriend while they're in a bank heist.
Just for a vlog.
All
Like
for the
do
vlog.
do that as a vlog. Like act
Yo,
like your
what?
girlfriend works at a bank and like I don't know.
hey, y'all
I don't know if I would watch
y'all should
this
watch
show.
that 50 Cent movie on Netflix. It's really fucking good, like Band of Thieves or some shit like that.
He made a new movie. I thought
Bro,
you were talking about
it's
Get Rich or
super-
Die
Is it
Trying.
about like his life?
No, nigga, it's not Get Rich or Die Trying.
I don't know.
It's like a new movie
It's like
about.
Power.
No, it's a movie about
I love
them
all his.
robbing a bank.
Sorry, I love all his hashtags. Every time he's promoting something,
Yeah.
what is it? Get the shot or whatever.
Oh, how he
Get
always
the
ends
strap.
everything he does with a hashtag.
Yeah, I love it.
F and vodka, get the strap.
At some
F
point-
and vodka,
At
get
some
the strap.
point, 50 Cent figured out how to make the end of, or how to make like the field that he starts typing in on any social network have those hashtags in there. He probably sells that as like branded fucking real estate to anybody that he's trying to do business with. Like, you're gonna get ended to my fucking hashtag that I put at the end of everything.
Everything.
Yeah, like I'm not only an investor, I'm a constant and permanent promoter. Like, I don't know. I mean, if I had hashtag Fashion Nova at every single thing I ever tweeted,
Fashion Nova partner.
bro.
Yeah, you could probably get more money. Run it up.
Yeah, you would.
I'm
run it
saying,
up.
how
It's-
much is that worth? That's worth so like that's like ridiculously like
But aren't these?
invasive.
But these
into,
companies are his, no?
yeah, he
F and
owns part of
vodka
it, so
is-
it's like
I
it,
mean,
is-
you should just hashtag no jumper on everything.
it just feels kind of
Yeah.
unnecessary, you know.
It does feel kind of necessary, but like, do you want to be unnecessary or do you want to be legendary?
But the thing is, if I started an alcohol brand, it really would need that kind of push. Like the reason why I don't need to put hashtag no jumper is because
you are no jumper
everything
already.
I've ever done is basically like content on no jumper. But if I were to fucking start, next week I start fucking Kendama wine. Everything I
crazy.
post, hashtag Kendama wine.
Wait.
Kendama wine.
And then
So
the
good.
the bottle is shaped like a kendama.
My brother. I
And
just
like
touched
this
your
is
hand.
the
It felt
top,
weird.
like
Pause.
the ball is the top. You take the top off.
I
My
don't think I would
brother.
drink
Yes,
that.
I
please
would
do not
drink
give
it.
my
I'm gonna
patent.
pee.
This
I'll
is
be right back.
patented.
Let's do
But Kendama wine. Hashtag Kendama wine. It's just like that. It wouldn't take long before everybody who sees the shit that I tweet is kind of like, what the fuck is Kendama wine?
Then they would be like, all right, let's go.
It's not actually a bad idea when you think about it. That is unused real estate, your hashtag real estate.
I mean, but like, are people really going out of their way to click on hashtags and like discover what stuff is now in 2020?
No, definitely not.
You know?
But like I would like effing vodka. I still have never even looked into what the fuck that is. I don't care. What else did he put? Get the strap. Never got the strap. I mean, I got the strap, but I mean, never like really like. Didn't Casanova have a get the strap?
Yeah.
That shit was
With
not
50 Cent
good.
and 6ix9ine on it.
Bro, that shit. No, 6ix9ine was not on. Was
Bro,
it?
they're all three of them on that song. Are you joking?
No,
me?
that's a posse track right there.
You didn't know
bro.
that?
I
And then
forgot.
it was like, and then I think it was like a shooting at the video shoot.
I think I
on,
remember
man.
that being a moment where I was kind of like, oh damn, 6ix9ine is sort of like giving up on his like super rare persona, and he's doing a song with a fucking old head and a rapper that he doesn't even like because he wants to fit in with the New York rappers, you know?
Nah, that was big for New York, honestly.
Get the strap.
That was good. I mean, the song wasn't that good.
Him talking
like,
about
'cause,
that
like,
is
the-
just funny as fuck to me now.
And it's like the old, like weird, like G Unit type beat.
Exactly.
It was so
It didn't sound like his kind of beat. It was just like, yo, 6ix9ine
yelling
like
on it.
you are gonna ruin your whole fucking. This is what I remember thinking. You're gonna ruin your whole image and your whole look if you just start coughing up these fucking verses all over the place, because 6ix9ine's whole thing was that you like wouldn't hear him for a couple months and then he just comes out with some song. He sounds all crazy, aggressive, whatever.
Is he about to drop a new song, a new video?
On Friday, we talked about it, but we don't know who the feature is, but we're guessing it's going to be some kind of reggaeton artist.
Yes.
We don't think it's Nicki Minaj, which has been rumored.
I don't think it's gonna be any rapper, like any like
I've yet to see any rapper like publicly say anything positive about him at all. So
DDG might be on it.
What's oh god. What's
new
what's the name of the
trailer.
guy he did the Bebe song with? Anuel.
Anuel.
I remember they were
Anuel.
saying something. There was
Anuel.
like reports like, oh, they followed each other back.
Yeah, that was on
again.
academics and shit. And I remember
Yeah, so
thinking,
maybe it's
who
him.
the fuck cares
Yeah, who
about
cares
6ix9ine
about that?
being cool with some random ass reggaeton dude who I know
You need to
has a
stop
million
calling them
followers.
random.
I was gonna
They're
say,
He
more
probably got
famous
10 million
than-
followers, whatever. But I'm saying this is a rap page. Nobody who follows academics gives a fuck about this dude. No offense to
Facts.
this dude.
Maybe like the random like Hispanic girls that are into that type of
They
music.
could be into both.
Yeah,
They
for
could have
sure.
a crossover.
Shout out to the Hispanic girls.
Lil Pump has songs with that nigga too, doesn't he?
Yeah,
I
what
don't
is
know.
it?
There's like a-
Illuminati.
Oh my god, that shit was crazy.
No, and what's the other one though? It's like I forget what he was saying.
I
though.
remember
Yeah.
the last little
Some-
pop
Oh,
song
he
I listened to.
he fucking like sampled. Yeah, he sampled that one really. famous song.
Did you guys see they're posting posters of Cardi's in New York?
Yeah, but that wasn't like Playboy Cardi's team.
Did you guys know that it was fake?
Yeah.
What?
It wasn't his team that was posting that.
Photos of what?
Of
It was
Cardi,
like-
it looked like it was like a whole lot
Like
of red promo.
yeah, but it wasn't though.
But it wasn't. It was a photographer. Just I don't know. He put up pictures of Cardi that he took
that he
himself.
took. and
I
just
am
put them on
beyond fascinated to see if Cardi's shit does numbers when it drops, or if they even drop it at all, because like the response to these last two songs has been so underwhelming. If he puts out a fucking project that's 10 or 15 of those, it's gonna be underwhelming as fuck. And he already used up the Drake fucking feature, which is a pretty big deal. I'm not saying that he's not gonna like actually go crazy on the project. I'm just saying like from what we've seen so far,
How
it's
dare
been a
you
bit
even-
overwhelming.
How dare you even
Underwhelming.
insinuate that?
What, you don't think?
How dare you?
I'm just saying.
Go.
I'm gonna kill you.
The
You,
Cardi
you
community
agree with me
attacking.
too.
I think that I think it's gonna have almost the same effect as Uzi's album had.
I was gonna
Honestly,
say that.
I think it's gonna have almost that exact effect. I think that it's gonna go number one. I think it's gonna do almost as big numbers as his self-titled album, or like
I'm not denying that he's gonna do big numbers. I'm just talking
And-
about like
and
how
I
I think that
popular it's
I
gonna
think
be.
the whole thing will be on fucking the Billboard charts in some way. Like like the whole album will enter the top 100 at some
And
point.
he's gonna drop a deluxe with all the
And-
fucking
yep.
leak favorites that everyone
Yeah,
wants.
yeah, that's exact. The first part of it is going to be all the new original songs of him trying to like
Wait, that's
him trying to salvage
eternal. That's
it.
literally EA.
It's exactly what's
or
going to
like
happen.
that's what Uzi did. He dropped one that was like pure. It was his
pure-
artistic
Yep.
statement about who he
Vision.
is as an artist. This is
Ama-
all,
and it was amazing,
It's all
too.
me. It's progressive sounding. It's different. It's a little bit out there. Not everybody's gonna love everything on it. And then the second part is like, I got my Gunna feature. I got my Fia feature.
I got
from
my
this
Cheap
dude.
Keef feature.
Got my
Like,
features
I got
from
my
everybody.
Pierre Bourne beat. Like everything. Like
And that's a weird thing is like when I went to listen to the Nav album, it's like
haven't
I
even
think
tried
you're
to.
better off just listening to the first real album, and then if you really loved it, then go listen to the second second.
Yeah, exactly.
But you need to start with the fucking
You have to
primary
start with the first one, yeah.
It's artistic statement and then Spotify playlist crack.
Exactly.
Drop them a little ways apart, but
Apparently he went, Nav went #1 because of the V-Lone collab.
Yeah, of course.
so we're gonna give it to him. Okay, that's good.
We're
I
gonna
like
what?
it.
We're gonna give what to him? The #1?
Give Bari the credit for taking Nav over the top.
God.
I
Here we go.
mean,
Do you think that's a good look for V-Lone?
yeah. 100%. They're making hella bread.
But that has nothing to do with the look.
The
Yeah.
look? I mean,
I saw from like a fashion page standpoint. This is me being totally not biased here, but I saw from like a fashion page or some shit that is like, you know, it's like devaluing the brand because like people who
no, they're the fucking artist merch collab brand for
Yeah.
when their shit drops.
No,
It's
for
like,
sure, for sure.
You can only be that so
It's not
much
making it-
before it,
yeah.
kind of takes away from
From
your
the actual
ability to
brand.
fit in as like a fashion staple. You know, like the more stuff that you do
It's
with
just oversaturating the fuck out of it.
collaborations with all these different artists and everything. It kind of like because you're always in that. Like everybody makes T-shirts. If V-Lone wants to seem like a fucking fashion brand, a streetwear thing, if they want to be able to sit next to a Supreme shirt on the shelf and like seem like they fit in next to that,
it can't be.
you
a
don't want to
million,
get
yeah.
too close to feeling like merch. And you're
And especially
always
if every
it's
album-
always right there.
Every album of every fucking
been
random
doing it
rapper.
forever now.
I know, but it was like
Yeah.
when it first came. Like I think Juice WRLD was like the first one who like really had that.
And it didn't really feel like a
didn't
proper
fe-
drop because it was like a super radical collab, a V-Lone collab.
Yeah, but
like
well,
no.
they do that every time.
Juice
now.
WRLD
Nah,
did that
I know,
with 4
but-
different brands or whatever.
Yeah, but yeah, Juice WRLD did it in like a crazy way because it was like he had the Half Evil collab, Lyrical Lemonade collab, blah blah blah, and it was like it was all of them like together, and it was kind of like, damn, this is like fire. I haven't really seen like.
But it felt like merch.
Yeah, but like when you see an artist do merch, it's like their own merch, like their own design, like, you know, design, whatever. But like doing these collabs with the different brands and having them all drop at the same time, like that shit was crazy.
But the line between merch and fashion
Yeah,
is
exactly.
super thin. And that to me is what I'm interested in, is that when you as V-Lone like align yourself with Nav blatantly doing a fucking like
For his
collab
one random
just to
album.
make this album do better, and
Yeah.
every single person on earth can tell what this is.
And it's like, at what point is like Billboard and like all the people that like, you know,
I know,
like
stop
certify all
this.
this shit? Like, at what point are they going to be like, maybe we should regulate this?
I mean, they have regulated it a lot. Now the collab or the bundle item has to like relate
it has
to
to,
it.
it has to include the album and shit like that.
But
What,
that's
the album art?
What if they
No,
were to
it has
say
to
it
include
can't
the
be a
album.
collab? You can't.
You can't have a V-Lone
You know,
collab,
you
yeah.
can do Nav merchandise, but it
Yeah.
can't be a Nav V-Lone thing. But like, how specific would the rules have to be to actually eliminate everything? Because there's like a lot of products, like, you know, what a fucking Nav lighter that comes with an album, but
Yeah.
okay, the lighter is a collab with Bic.
I-
Yeah, exactly.
Does that count?
And it's like, okay,
I
does
think
it
that
drop?
there's
Wait,
a-
hold on,
there's a
hold
price
on.
point,
Does it
too.
drop on Bix if it just drops on my website that comes with the album, but then also can it drop on V-Lone's website? Like, you know, it's just like, it's like a, I don't know.
They would be better off if they eliminated all the bundle stuff and it was just like,
That's
you
not
know,
gonna happen,
But that's
though.
just definitely
Yeah,
not going to
that's not
happen.
gonna
yeah,
That's
because-
just losing too much money in different industries, you know?
Because
Yeah.
no one's fucking buying albums.
Just straight
anymore.
album by
Yeah.
itself, yeah.
that is
But
actually
I mean,
so crazy.
But that's
They'll
what
buy
Blasey
it, sure.
was saying that was crazy. It's like, how crazy are they gonna get with it and be like because you could just make a mock up of anything and be like, okay, we're giving away this no jumper car for $100
Yeah,
that
new-
comes with the album.
New Nav album. You got the No Jumper collab mug. You got the fucking
Or no,
V-Lone
like-
collab underwear. You
It's-
got the
yeah.
Supreme collab bike. You know,
yeah,
everything.
like it could just be like some fucking just some crazy ass shit, and then what if it's something they can't even like fulfill, or something that doesn't even get made or like shipped out until 6 months down the line or something?
Well,
And
that
it's
was what
like-
they're saying. The concert ticket bundle deal with that fucking country singer who scammed Drake out of his #1 is that he delayed the tour immediately after the album got done selling its first week. He got his #1, and then he cut the fucking tour and said, "Oh, of course we're not doing the tour because of the coronavirus."
Yeah,
which,
of course we're not doing it.
obviously, anybody could have fucking told you that, but
That's crazy.
isn't that fucking super devious?
But like, why? How would you fall for that as a as a consumer?
That's what I don't understand. What the fuck is wrong with
Why
these
would
country
Why
fans?
would I buy?
A concert ticket during
pre-sale.
coronavirus.
Unless you
pre-sale-
tell them, hey, just so you guys know,
This might be canceled.
this is definitely going to be canceled. It's definitely not
definitely
going
gonna
to
be
occur on
canceled.
these dates, but you will have a ticket for a future date that you might not even be able to make it to.
But we'll see what happens. Basically.
We'll see what happens. But hey, anyway, help me defeat this African American Canadian Jewish kid.
Yeah.
in the court of public opinion. That
But
for some
then
reason
Drake
people care
probably,
about.
but then Drake was probably still number one in hip hop urban category, but not just of overall.
Yeah.
Kershaw
Man.
looks like he hit the fucking plug and play.
Let's talk
He's
about
just
this.
tired.
The fucking video of the guy getting killed by the cop with his fucking knee on his neck. You didn't see this?
Knee on his neck?
I didn't watch it.
It is. I mean, out of all these fucking videos you're seeing of police doing abusive shit to people, this has got to. It's very close to that Eric Garner one. It's way up there. It is so bad. You're watching this guy die with this cop's knee on his neck, and the two cops are just standing there not doing anything.
I hate
It's
this.
so
You didn't watch it? Oh, jeez.
I'll try not to watch it.
It is brutal, dude. It is so fucking bad. I think the cops already got fired.
They didn't get more than fired.
It's like at this point, it's like, what is that even doing? Like, that's not doing shit.
They really need to charge this guy with murder. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to play out, but it's fucking crazy because the dude is surrounded by a crowd of people yelling at him, telling him, like, stop, like, take your fucking knee off his neck or whatever. Like, why are you doing this? And it's super obvious that the guy's like breathing is slowing and that he's struggling at first and then just stops struggling. And the people are saying it over and over and over. And the cop just does not give a fuck at all. He doesn't say a word.
It's like at what point who's policing the police? And it's like if somebody would have tried to run up and push him
Exactly.
off or something, he would have fucking just
can't
killed
do
them.
anything. It
You can't do
sucks.
anything, or you get charged with
Exactly.
fucking.
Yeah. If somebody, that is a crazy thing to think about, is that the guy who's filming it, if he had tackled that cop off him, which at one point it looks like they're going to, and the cop pulls out mace to like make sure that they don't.
So they could fucking kill this guy.
If
and
kill
you,
leave.
you
you would
too,
be
yeah.
a hero in many respects if you had actually tackled that cop and knocked him off of that guy, because you literally would have been stopping a murder, but then you also would have probably been charged with assaulting a police officer, and
you
who
would
the
have got-
fuck knows what he's going to end up doing to this guy again after that. Like, he's probably going to put
Or
his
kill
fucking
both of
knee on
them.
his neck again for some reason,
Yeah.
apparently.
Or fucking shoot you and shoot him.
Dude, it is bad. I don't know, man.
Where did this happen?
That
Fuck,
I
man.
think was in New Orleans, Minnesota. Okay, very different
That
place.
shit just like fucked up my breathing even thinking about that, bro. It's so fucked up, bro.
Right.
I like saw a video again of something that happened like really kind of down the street from me in Torrance. They like came in contact with this guy and he was in the car like in the parking lot, and like as soon as they opened his door, his hands were up, like he didn't move, nothing like that. The flashlight kept going off and they just like shot him within like 15 seconds.
Wow.
And just shot him like 2 times, 3 times, and just like bro, like
What can we do as like normal civilians?
You just need to expect more police. It needs to be much more explicit. You know, it's like, I mean, every time that these guys get caught up with it and they actually get fired, they actually get charged with murder and stuff, is a very good precedent being set. But I mean,
that we're not gonna just sit here and take that shit, and that
Yeah.
you can't just get away with that shit. Like you're not invincible because you have this fucking badge, you know.
I definitely think there is like a movement towards them being held more accountable. But I
Yeah,
mean,
but it's
also
like, what is-
repeatedly you see them not being held accountable too.
Yeah, at the same
It's
time.
just it's because the government protects them, they protect each other, and then like
Yeah.
do you guys remember
Like,
it
that's
was-
crazy you said
it
it
was
was-
there was LAPD guy that like spoke out against all the atrocities that were happening within the department. They were trying to like they were literally like coming to his house and like threatening his family.
There's been a
Like-
lot of
Of course they were.
exposés about the LAPD, and it's really like changed the police department a shitload. Like, just things have actually fucking changed, like in the police department largely. And like, when you see a lot of the things that are done policing wise in LA, it's like, I definitely think it's gotten a lot better. And you notice that you aren't really seeing these like atrocious cases
but
in LA for the most
you
part.
aren't the person that is
Yeah,
getting
I
targeted by
just
that type of
saw
shit, though.
like
But
them
the stuff that
beating
goes
up a
viral-
Mexican man.
Yeah,
is
no, I feel you.
mostly
Yeah, that one was horrible.
in different parts of the country. Like,
But
I feel like
shit-
the LAPD has been under the fucking microscope for so long
Yeah.
that they have in a lot of ways
This
like
part-
sort of
there's hella shit that doesn't go viral every day that happens, though. You know. So,
true.
Facts.
It's like at the end of the day, bro. At the end of the day, it's some fucked up shit that needs to be fixed. That there's no black and white answer to as of right now. And we just gotta fucking be better as people and fucking hold each other accountable and fucking, I don't know, man. Like shit. Maybe we got a band together. I saw this video of this like older white lady shielding this guy, because they had all the guns drawn at him, and like he was laying on the ground not doing anything, but she like got in front and like, please, like don't do anything to him. So like, I don't know, if you're that person sometimes that can like, I don't know, try to put a
If
barrier.
you're that white lady.
If you're that white lady, sometimes you gotta like, you know, I'm not saying put your life
Yeah,
directly.
I'm not saying,
in
I'm like,
danger.
wait, are you saying that all white
I
people
mean,
should
No.
act
I
as
think-
human shields in this case?
No,
and
no.
also, I kind of like resent the implication that like
Yes,
those
yeah.
cops are all so racist that
Yeah,
the
that-
presence of a white person would stop them. From
I mean,
shooting.
in this video, that was the president's. That was the. That
I
was
mean,
what was
I think
happening.
it's more of like the sense of like it's not like black people can't change it. You need the help of like
everyone. We all
everyone, exactly.
Society.
It's not
Yeah.
only just black people being affected. Obviously, there's fucking
All
Hispanic people
minorities,
getting
yeah.
mistreated. There's fucking people of all different races and all colors. There's fucking white homeless people getting killed by cops and fucking just crazy shit, man. Like,
Yeah.
You
I
know?
mean, yo, that specific cop and also that Asian motherfucker who's standing next to him, all I'm saying is that those motherfuckers need to go to jail. Like, that shit.
if
wow.
you stood there and you're a cop and you just watched him do it and you could like be like, yo, like relax, bro.
The whole
Like,
time I'm watching it, that's what, and he's saying in the video, he's saying to the Asian guy, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why don't you, like, but that's the kind of thing with the
Wait,
cop, like,
who was the cop that had the knee on the guy?
the white guy.
And
There's
then-
a white cop, and then there's an Asian cop, and
Okay.
the Asian cop is just sort of like standing there, stopping anyone from doing anything. The white cop has his knee on his neck, and the guys are screaming at him, trying to get him to stop, and they just won't.
'Cause you
Like,
know why-
they're just like emotionless.
You know what the bigger story, the bigger problem at play here is that people think that black people are being dramatic about shit, and they're probably thinking that this guy is like that he's like that he could breathe, and that everybody else around them is
Well, he
being like
died right after.
that's what I'm saying. But it's like this thing where like a bunch of black women have died in hospitals and like during birth and shit because of like neglect and because of like fucking nurses thinking that they're being like dramatic. Like I've dealt with
Right.
this with my own mother who like has a very like severe case of diabetes and like that shit affects her or whatever, and like she'll go to the hospital for certain shit. She like can't breathe and shit, and like
They don't
shit
take
like
her as
that.
serious?
And yeah, they don't like even take it that serious. So
That's horrible.
it's like you don't get the attention and the like I don't even know how to fucking
There's
put
like
it, man.
inequality in like medical care, basically.
And-
It's like
but not even just that. I'm just saying like that could also be applied to this situation where it's like it's a whole bunch of black people yelling at you like get off of this nigga, you're killing him, and they're like oh calm down, everybody calm down. I haven't even seen the video, and I'm like
You should
that's what
watch
it sounds like, you know, and it's
It's
like
pretty fucked up. It seems fucked up to me too that everybody would rather talk about Karen in the park screaming about the dog. You seen that video?
No, but
Man, you
I
guys are
see
so
some-
out of touch.
I
This
see
is so
some-
funny. What is wrong with you guys?
I mean
I
I
don't
know
know. What the fuck are you
but
supposed
don't
to
you
find
look
this?
at Twitter? Like, this is such
Yes,
huge.
I do look at Twitter.
Not very hard.
Apparently not.
I
But
mean,
it's
like
basi-
I know of the video that you're talking about the cop. I just like I chose not to watch it.
I guess we shouldn't talk about things unless I give you guys a warning that we are going to
Yeah,
talk
I mean,
about
no-
things.
no,
but this
like-
is so huge that it's
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
It's
You guys
not-
don't know what
I
I'm
didn't
talking
see
about.
it.
I mean, first of all,
Everybody
I
in the chat knows what I'm
First of
talking
all, I don't have a Twitter, so like anything that I see from Twitter is because someone sent it to me.
You need to make a Twitter burner just so that you can. You
mean,
need to
just-
start a label, House Phone Records.
I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, bro, it's like my nigga. I don't want some of that shit to consume my everyday life, bro. For you, it's entertainment. It's like outside looking in shit, bro. Some of these videos are from fucking down the street from me of niggas getting killed by cops. I don't want to sit there
I don't like
at home
watching
and
it.
You
like
don't
watch
want to
that
know
shit all
about
day.
what's going on in the world.
Man, my nigga,
If
at
a
the
guy
end of the
gets
day, bro-
killed by a cop, I want to know. And if it's
Yeah,
down the
okay,
street
it's-
from me, I want to know even more.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just
And
saying.
I don't
like,
think that there's
I
any
can
level
know-
of like
I can
being
know about-
traumatized by
I
your
can
life
know-
experience that you shouldn't want to know about what's going on in
I
the
didn't
world
say that at
in
all.
your
But,
community.
yeah, first
this
of
is
all-
literally what you're saying.
Listen,
that's
that's
not
not
what
what I'm
he's
saying
saying.
at all. I said that I knew about it, that I was aware of it, but I'm not sitting there watching the play-by-play moment of this nigga dying, bro. And like you haven't been in some of these positions, so you can watch this shit from outside looking in
I'm a
and be
human
like,
being.
oh,
I can
like-
empathize with another human being.
yeah, but you're not even an empathetic person in general though at all.
What?
So what are
I'm
you
literally
talking
the
about?
person who brought this up, and you guys both didn't even see it.
That's not. See, you're hanging on to the fact that
I am
didn't watch
interested in this
the-
because I am an empathetic person, because I think it's atrocious, because I think something
Okay,
should be
that's
done
cool.
about
I
it.
think
But
you guys are just coming at it from two different
Yeah, that's
standpoints,
all it
and
is,
like
bro.
he's not saying that. Actually, he did say you're not empathetic, but it's just harder for him to watch as a black male that has been in similar situations.
Like
Maybe not
the-
with a fucking knee on his neck. But
like the parking lot that they shot the black dude in. I used to work at the fucking mall, like across the street from that parking lot. Like, you know, it's like, and I'm watching this police department that I've interacted with plenty of times just shoot this nigga for no fucking reason.
Right.
And it's like, I'm not
but
saying.
that makes me more, like if someone gets in a fight that we know, we
Yeah.
want to see that video more because we know
mean,
who it is.
that's-
If it's strangers
I mean,
in the
for
fight,
me,
we don't
you
care.
can't-
that much.
just can't tell me how to feel about it.
I'm just saying that I
you
know
can't
how you
compare
feel,
that
and
to
you want it. The more something
I'm
is
not
close
like-
to you, the more you
Yeah.
want to see it because the
I mean,
more
that's
relevant
you.
it is
That's
to you.
you. That's
No,
cool. But
that-
I'm
That's
just,
everyone.
No, because
And it's you. That's what I'm saying. When
you
we see
can't-
videos of people that we know fighting, when somebody we know
Yeah,
gets
no,
killed,
I feel
we
you.
go
I
to
feel
watch
you.
the video.
That's
I feel you.
fighting, and then that's someone getting killed. I think that's completely
Like, you
different.
know,
If
it's
I
like-
we go to that too.
I
And
would
I'm
not
not-
want to watch someone I know getting killed in a fight.
Okay, but we were talking about Mac P getting killed as it happened.
Yeah.
As soon as it came out on the internet, we were like all like trying to
but
find
somebody-
information
yeah,
out of it because it seems important.
Somebody sent me a fucking the video of him in the car like slumped over, and I'm like, why the fuck would somebody send me this? And then I looked at it later.
I agree. I didn't want to see that.
I didn't
saw
wanna
it
see
as
that
well.
shit, bro.
I saw
Yeah,
X
I don't
dead.
wanna see
I didn't
that.
want to see that.
You feel me? It's like I'm not saying that I'm not saying I'm not want to be informed about it. I think that's where you're getting it misconstrued at. I'm saying that like I didn't want to sit there and watch the play-by-play fucking 2 seconds of this nigga dying and losing his life. You feel me?
I don't blame you
I
for
read
that.
the article. You feel me?
Right. No, I don't blame you for not wanting to watch the video, but at the same time, not wanting to be informed about it to me is nuts. And the
But-
thing
No,
is,
yeah,
That's
I
not
think
what I was saying
I
at
think
all,
that's
though.
where you guys
right?
got
Okay,
it
that's
wrong.
miscommunication. But like that to me, like I don't need to see X dead.
Yeah,
I don't need
exactly.
to see P Dog dead.
But we want to know about it. It makes
Right,
sense.
I want to know about it as soon as it happens, but I don't need to see that because it's like that's if it happened, it's already happened. I don't need to see the fucking visual aid. This guy getting fucking choked out by a cop with his knee to the point that he fucking dies basically on camera is like to me. That guy is still alive. He's still walking around. That guy's gonna have to go on trial. That guy might continue to be a cop after this.
Yeah,
like
no,
these
for
are
sure.
all real possibilities that are insane to even imagine that we have to consider. Like in a just world, this guy would be put on trial fucking tomorrow and never walk the
And
streets again.
Just think about if there was no video of this, then nigga, it would be he say she say his word versus the people. You know.
It's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. I was watching the LA riots documentary, and it's just insane seeing like they didn't have video cameras back then or phone cameras,
Yeah.
so then the people are literally walking around with like huge camera things, like trying to film like footage of shit going down, and like I don't know, it's just a completely different world than what we have on today.
Yeah, that you would have seen a news camera coming into your neighborhood as like, oh shit, like
That's the camera.
this is like an extremely rare opportunity that what goes on here is going to be piped out to the world. But now it's like
It's like you can just do it.
everyone, like if anything happens, like even no matter how poor an area it is, like somebody's gonna have a fucking cell phone.
Yeah,
But
recording
a lot of times shit happens like before somebody can even get a phone,
the phone
out and
out,
stuff.
yeah.
In terms of like crazy ass car accidents, shit like that, you kind of have to rely on surveillance cameras. There could be all kinds of crazy shootings that nobody's gonna pull a camera out for. You know,
Yeah.
even like. AD told me the fucking gnarliest story ever about a crazy ass shooting that happened one time when he was somewhere, and it's like it was at a party and there wasn't one video of it.
Of course it wasn't.
You know,
Yeah, I feel like at that point,
Because like who had their
Who's trying
phone
to
out
get
just ready
their-
to
guy
go.
shows up
Yeah.
at a party, pulls out a fucking machine gun.
you're
What are you gonna
hiding.
do? You're gonna hit
Whoa.
the
Running
fucking ground
away.
or run for your life.
At the party?
Yeah.
A
a machine gun, I
Jesus
would
Christ.
I would run.
It was on the news and everything.
Damn.
Whoa. And he was at the party.
It was for his video shoot.
Wow.
I feel like
Oh,
he's
that
lived,
one.
he's
That
lived
one.
a crazy life.
He has lived a pretty crazy life. It's funny. We were gonna do a podcast with AD possibly soon.
want to meet him. He seems like a very
fucking tight, yeah.
interesting
He was saying the other day he
individual.
wants to meet you because he hasn't met you. But
What if
Shout
he's
out to
just
AD.
really mean?
but you
I'm
know
just
what?
Not at all.
Once
I'm kidding.
no, he's super.
He seems
yeah.
super cool.
I was actually asking him. I'm like, are you always like this? Like even like with your girl at the end of the day, are you always like
like,
jolly and friendly, or are you
Oh, I
like a
love
dick
jolly
ever?
and friendly people.
like no, the AD were having that conversation though because he was on some like super like hood shit, and then he just like happens to be like friends with a rapper, whatever. Starts going to like clubs, parties, being in the studio. Starts to realize like, oh, like. I don't need to like be all worried about like territory and shooting at people and shit. I could be about like money and like making a name for myself and
Yep.
making music and shit. Completely like just sends him in a completely different direction, you know?
That's fucking fire, man. Shout out to his homie that introduced him to that lifestyle.
Yeah, it was Joe Moses, I think. It was the
Music
first
saved
person he
his
was
life.
rolling
Yeah,
around
shout
with.
out to Joe Moses.
And then fucking OT Genesis afterwards.
Yeah, facts. I seen them seen pictures of them on stage and shit at Roll Loud and like linking up. I'm like, damn, man. Honestly,
I always forget OT Genesis is from LA.
super crip.
Mega Crip. I don't
Makes
even
sense.
know. Like, what does that even mean? He just Crip
Yeah,
walks, but I mean,
I know.
you know, still.
He's
Dude.
mega.
He raps about it a lot.
I'm telling you, fucking that Dave episode of them. Well, I mean,
I love that show.
dude,
The
honestly,
last,
it's the
the
best show.
I haven't
last,
watched the last two episodes. Don't spoil it for me.
I haven't
the
watched
last
them either.
episode is weird.
Really?
Don't- don't say it.
I'm
Don't
not
tell
gonna
them.
say it, but it gets weird and very visual and graphic.
I don't know what the fuck I missed out on by finishing the
I
last
honestly
shows?
didn't like the last episode.
I'm gonna do it
wish,
tonight.
I wish they ended
I'm
it
gonna
on
do
a
it tonight
different- I
now,
wish they
too.
did-
That's
oh,
like
you didn't watch it
45
either?
minutes of content.
It's I don't know. The last episode.
It's so the episodes are so
is
short.
weird.
They're like kind of like almost weirdly unfulfilling.
I know. It's like I want, dude. Every time it went
I
off,
wish it was an hour. Well,
I wish it was fucking. I wish
2
it was
hours
unlimited
long.
episodes.
Same.
I wish it was like fucking. Like one of those old white shows that y'all niggas like that I could just go back and watch fucking seasons and
like
seasons
Parks
of
and
it.
Rec and stuff.
No, I meant like fucking Seinfeld or some shit like that.
Remember when Blue Bucks Clan was like shaming us for having seen Breaking Bad?
Yeah, and they're like y'all niggas don't know about the starting lineup of the LA Rams, but
In 1994, but you fucking watch Breaking Bad. We're like, that's one of the most famous TV shows of all time. You're
They
acting
don't
like
watch
it's-
Breaking Bad.
They didn't know.
That's not that rare.
No. It was saying no, like in the context of like people knowing about sports is way
Yeah.
more regular than
They just
niggas knowing
completely have
about-
like such a profoundly different like upbringing than us. And
But it's-
I've met a lot
I
of
know
people like that.
I know like one person that likes sports in
Like,
my life.
I had a
That's
security
because
guard.
the people we
That's my
hang out with
brother.
though.
There was
Yeah,
a
no, it makes
security
sense.
guard that we were always having at the store and stuff, and it was just this dude from LA and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
But he just did not like he knew everything about sports and almost nothing about like music and
And
entertainment.
about what the fuck was going on.
and
right?
it's
Yeah.
just like, oh yeah, it's like a completely
super
different
normal, yeah.
style of like how to live your
Bro,
life.
but
you
that's
know?
that's what most like
Normal
people are
people.
doing. Like people are like going to fucking Walmart and buying their like
The
you know.
jersey. They wait for the seasons. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
they like they're having big Super Bowl parties. Like, I
Super
go to
Bowl's
Super Bowl
so
party.
weird.
I go to Super Bowl party every year. I never even know who's on the thing until the
I
day
never
of.
know either.
I
Until
never
the day
even
of.
find out it's the Super Bowl until the day of.
I swear to
But,
God.
like,
This
the
year
day
was
before,
the
I'm like,
first
oh,
year in
Super
all
Bowl
my
now,
life that
huh?
I watched one Super Bowl.
when
was it?
When was that? Yeah, I don't even know.
The last Super Bowl.
When
thing.
was it?
I don't even. I
know.
honestly have no
It was
idea.
this
but-
year, 2020.
No, last year with J Lo and.
This
Oh,
is
it was
February.
this year.
Oh, wasn't
Oh,
it?
wow.
Shakira went.
And Shakira.
That
Who
was
were
And
the
then-
teams? I don't even know.
I don't know who the teams were, but they kept pushing this one guy, Patrick
Chat, tell us who was in.
Patrick Mahone. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were just like sucking him up.
I mean, it's just weird because like you just get to pick and choose what you pay attention to, and there's so much shit to pay
100%.
attention to. If I all of a sudden started watching like basketball, baseball, and football,
You would have no time to like consume rap.
what would my
shit.
life be like? I don't have time to fucking like even like if I were to just follow the Lakers. I mean, it's still like a lot of content like that you're
Hell
having
yeah.
to watch. Like it takes a lot of and then you're like you're listening to some podcast about
That's
some
literally my
drama. You're
brother's
watching
life.
Sports
Yeah.
Center. Like I understand.
Yeah.
I do
You
the
watching
same thing with
fucking
like music
ESPN all day,
basically.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of sucks too because it's like now I'm so into poker. There's so much goddamn poker shit that I want to watch. I want to watch the highlights from like 5 different people's streams. It has
See,
nothing to do with the other
know.
side of my life at
I
all.
know.
Provides no benefit in any way.
That's how
That's
how
how
I feel about
Animal
watching.
Crossing.
But I am interested. you
That's
know?
how I feel about watching random YouTube videos about fucking video games and shit that nobody knows that I do, and I just like sit there and look up video game shit all day, and I'm
Weird.
like,
So
and I'm
random.
like, that has nothing to like. This is not like conducive to what we do here. And I'm
Yeah.
just
Right.
like-
So it seems kind of
it
pointless. Like,
literally seems pointless. Yeah.
like okay, here's an example. I used to like watch The Office like religiously as it came out, and I remember around like season 4 I realized like, oh, there's a really good blog that posts like rumors about like future shit that's gonna happen. They post like clips that NBC was like leaking out from it, so you'd be able to like see a whole bunch of like Office content in the lead up to each episode, plus like get to like read about like what's going on or like all this kind of shit. And I started like paying attention to it for a few weeks, and then at some point I'm just like,
yeah. What the fuck am I?
I
doing?
was enjoying the show more when I wasn't like being a fucking mega nerd
know.
fan watching all this stupid ass shit.
See, that's how I felt after I finished You, and I started watching like
love
you reviews on
Right.
fucking YouTube and like secrets about season 3, like and like teasers, spoiler alerts.
I was
and-
like that for like 1 week after watching Parasite. Watch a bunch of like
me
Parasite, like
too.
the real meaning and those kind of videos. But there wasn't
Parasite
enough.
was so good.
There
dude.
wasn't enough to keep me. I don't know. There for more than a week.
But okay, like
And I
Yeah,
tried to watch
because
the
once you
other.
saw the movie,
ignorance
already,
is bliss. Like I thought that the Game of Thrones last season was fine
Until
and then
you
I
watched
started to hear Lena listen to these podcasts because we were on vacation, and she's listening to these podcasts about like
How-
all these Game of
how
Thrones experts talking about how bad
it
and
is.
rushed it was.
You're like,
Yeah.
And I'm all of a sudden just like, well, what the fuck? Like you're right. Like your arguments are fucking foolproof. Like I completely trust you on this.
Yeah.
And now I don't like it as much as I used to.
Didn't they get paid to what did they get? Are they like writing the Marvel, or they got paid to do something else besides Game of Thrones? The writers on Game of Thrones, so that's why they rushed it and were like, "Fuck this! I'm not even doing this anymore."
That's crazy.
I've heard a lot of people
Josh
talk
looks
about
skeptical, and I believe.
No?
I agree too. I'm a skeptic. I don't know if I believe that.
I swear to God, I feel like it was Charlemagne that talked about it.
I feel like Charlamagne might also be a Eddie Bravo style
Okay,
conspiracy theorist on this. I don't know. I just don't know if I buy that. But
Maybe
that's
it
just
was-
me.
Maybe it was.
You know what? I watched a video about how good It's Always Sunny is. Like this guy just made this like ridiculously comprehensive, like long ass video about how good it is and about how it's so different from every other show and how most shows you have like redeeming character arcs and like even somebody like Michael Scott who you basically are supposed
I'm
to
right.
just
Sorry.
what?
Star Wars. They got paid to like do the new Star Wars, and so they were too busy doing that, and they just like rushed Game of Thrones. See, thank you, Chad.
Fair enough. It's Always Sunny. Or like when you watch The Office, like Michael is a piece of shit, Dwight is a piece of shit, but they still do things to make you empathize with them and to make you feel like they're growing as people. But in It's Always Sunny, everybody just gets worse the whole time. They
As
like
their character develops,
They turn a guy into they turn a priest into a crackhead. Like they fucking the waitress is like a total piece of shit. She's fucking Danny DeVito somehow. Like all these like terrible things. Like as the show goes on, like they just get worse and worse, and it's really like fascinating to see how they handle it. And I've been rewatching the whole thing as a result.
Yeah,
I never really.
And I think
that.
it's making me a worse person.
I would have watched that show from the beginning right now, and
It's so
just
good.
Jump into it. It's fucking amazing.
But in the beginning, like what's his name? Charlie is like.
He like wasn't
kind
that bad.
of a reasonable person.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
seems like it's easy to see how he's like getting through life. Then by the end, he's like a complete retarded drug addict,
Like,
and
he's
it's
just fucking being crazy.
It's amazing.
You know,
And Mac is gay. That's a spoiler, but I figured that out. That like he seems like he's gay
But-
for a long time.
yeah, but
like,
I was gonna say like the whole time. it
later
was,
on,
like,
you find out for real that like
Yeah.
because you could tell when he wants to fuck that trans person. He's like he feels weird, or he does fuck him, right? And then he's like
I
feels
think so,
weird
yeah.
about it and shit,
Yeah.
and like he acts all ashamed and stuff. It comes out later that he is gay.
there you go, man.
I haven't got to that part at all. I'm still on
Yeah, I was about
the
to say,
end of
like-
season 2, and I'm already seeing
Oh,
episodes
damn.
that I haven't seen in entirety.
See, like that was me with it because when it was like on TV, I would like see like the more recent episodes of it,
Right.
and then I'm like, oh shit, let me go back and watch the old
I
ones.
always saw the episodes out of order on
Yeah,
TV and
exactly.
shit, so now I'm finally actually watching.
Yeah, because they
it
would
through
just
them.
play random ass ones. They
How
would
many
never-
seasons do they have?
Fucking like
Huh?
8,
8, 9. Yeah.
a lot.
You know,
She-
wait, it was more than
He
that. I
said
think,
Josh said 13, 15. But look, I was saying
a lot of
like
seasons.
watching videos like that, I feel the same way about albums. Like if I fucking watch a
Right.
Anthony Fantano album and I'm like, oh, I thought the Nav album wasn't that bad. Then I'm like, fucking, we're back at it again with another boring fucking Nav album. And I'm like, okay, Fantano, you're right.
sometimes,
Actually.
but sometimes like. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever read a review about something I genuinely liked and then actually liked it
Yeah.
less. I might respect it less in the sense
Yeah.
of like having a
It might
different
put different
perspective
things-
of
yeah, exactly.
why this thing is bad. But I don't know. But I think you get more out of like stuff that glorifies content. Like they'll make you appreciate something more rather than like
Make you hate it.
stuff about why video games are bad will actually like make you enjoy the video game less.
Yeah,
I feel like
exactly.
same thing with music, really.
No, but like, okay, so at the end of the day, I feel like you should just go into something like if you're gonna go into an album or a show, a movie, whatever, you should go into it with no expectations. You should open mind, accept it first, and form your own opinion, or see how you feel about it first, and then go do some research.
Yeah, I don't like watching reviews or
Yeah.
anything before.
I'm not gonna fucking-
unless it's a fucking video game because I'm about to spend $60 on it.
That's facts, and that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, then
bro.
I do that.
What?
And it's also, that if you get a video game that you're going to spend a lot of time with, like, number one, if everybody else hates it, then it basically doesn't matter if you like it, because a big reason that you play video games is because of like the communal
online
online
community.
type
Talk about it.
aspect. Like the Harry Potter game that came out, that's like a Pokemon Go game, but it's Harry Potter. Like that came
I've heard
out,
about that.
and people were talking about it a lot for like a few days, but pretty immediately everybody was just like, you know what, this shit sucks. We like Pokemon Go, we don't like this game, and it just like went away. So like if you weren't paying attention to the critical reception of it, you would have like just spent a lot of time playing a game that it's like kind of pointless to play because it doesn't, like, nobody, like, they're not even going to keep working on it unless it becomes popular, you know?
Facts. That's
like I
facts.
bought Mortal Kombat 10. I
Yeah,
played
but-
it a little bit, didn't get into it, and then I like basically found out that like it didn't really catch on,
Yeah.
and then like that means that the company's not going to do like updates or like really.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, like Fortne's super popular, so they're
gonna
going to
keep
dump
making
it
it
money into
better and
Fortnite to make
better.
it better and better, you know?
But no, it's crazy because like some games like that become like cult classics, and you get like a where are they now, or like what happened to this game, and like, you know, like a lot of like re-franchising, and they like fucking will like try to like bring some random game back that like wasn't a hit necessarily, but it was like, you know, a fan favorite.
I wonder what Tony Hawk is going to be
I
and I wonder
I
how
think
crazy the online community reception to it is going to be.
Are they going to have like a big
Bro.
like a big open world thing where everybody could just skate at the same
That would
time?
be
Like
they should have like contests in the
know,
game,
I
like the
know.
same way that they have like
We
X
just
Games.
give- hey, wait,
that
we-
could be the future
we're
of
giving them-
esports, dude. I
I
wonder if they
know.
thought about that.
I know you're giving
Are
them free
they
sauce
bringing
right
it
now.
back? Is that why you
Yeah,
brought it up?
yeah.
Tony
Yeah,
Hawk,
It's
I
gonna
watched
go
him on Joe
crazy.
Rogan. It's so funny. Joe Rogan is such a
I saw
normie
that.
when it comes to skateboarding. Like,
Yeah, it's kinda
all his
funny.
questions are like,
So how
don't
did
you
you-
get hurt doing that? It's like talking to like a regular, like he knows everything about martial arts. And he's talking about skateboarding. It's like he's never thought about it before.
So he's
It's
never
Probably
so
has never thought about it.
I know, fair enough. Like,
That's super
but as a
funny, though.
person who like, he knows like infinitely more than I could ever know about martial arts or comedy. But like, I know infinitely more than he's ever going to know about like skateboarding or
Mm-hmm.
BMX. And so it's just so funny to see him like not knowing about something that to me, every question he's asking is like common sense shit that I would never think to ask.
Well,
you know?
he's like, do you have to wear arm pads?
Yeah. But think
He's
about
like,
that.
how
like,
did you jump off that thing?
but sometimes the best interview is somebody who doesn't know shit
Yeah.
asking a person. Like, I could never interview Snoop Dogg and say, like, so you're a Crip. What's that like? I already
Yeah.
know what that's like. I know, like I know what he would say, and I don't like. I would just never ask
Do
that.
you know what
But,
it's like?
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I know what it's like
Pause.
because I watch a lot of hood videos on YouTube, so I feel like, you know, in that way, I know what that's like. I've heard a lot of rappers talk about it, but like, kind of like if Snoop Dogg went on Joe Rogan and Joe Rogan was just like, so you're a Crip, tell me about it. I would love to know what the fuck Snoop Dogg would say to Joe Rogan about that.
They said Tony Hawk should have came on No Jumper.
Did you
man,
guys
that'd be
watch?
crazy. We
Oh,
should
that
do
would
that.
be
That'd be
fucking
fire.
insane.
Oh my god.
Have you
I
guys
have
watched?
no idea what that is.
What if his like kids like watch No Jumper and it was
Probably
like, Dad,
do.
Dad, you have to go on this.
What if Riley Hawk tells him I'm an op?
That's his son.
Yeah,
We need
I don't
we
know
need
that he would think that, but maybe.
we need Travis Barker's kid on here. I stalked his Instagram the other day, bro. He's honestly the sickest kid. Like, what the fuck? He's living the
Really?
tightest life ever. Like, how,
Yeah, if your
How-
dad, if
how-
your dad's
Travis Barker's
Barker,
kid, yeah.
Oh, which one though?
He's like a rapper. I don't know. He's like hanging. He's like a rapper,
I didn't
and
know he
like
had a rapper
Playboy
kid.
Cardi like performed it. Playboy Cardi like NASCAR Aloe performed at his fucking birthday party.
Okay, so, story time. I think I've said this before, but one night Travis Barker's like, "Yo, you should pull up to the house,
yeah,
have a
yeah.
little party." I pull up. It's like hundreds
Yeah,
and
it
hundreds
wasn't a
of
little party.
15-year-olds. Me
Yeah.
and Lena, and I was with this fucking random poker player too, which makes it even the fucking more weirder. But
This is probably the kid's birthday that I'm talking about.
yeah. And he's like 15, and he fucks when he's super tough. And Comethazine performed and
Exactly,
stuff.
yeah,
and
yeah,
it
this
was
is
like
the
they,
same-
I mean,
the,
that
the
sounds
whole
like a no jumper show.
bro. This is like probably
It was
the-
literally a show. It was like rolling out at this nigga's crib.
This,
Oh, I love
it was
that.
like the most famous I've ever felt in my entire life. Like me and Lena had
Wow.
lines of motherfuckers taking photos with us. And when I say motherfuckers, I mean like 15-year-old kids.
Yeah.
And like the girls are losing their minds over her. And
Oh,
like,
so you thought it was gonna be like literally like a little
I thought
party.
it was going to be like a Travis
Like a
Barker
kid-
party, like me and him and a bunch of adults and
Yeah.
not like a bunch of
probably-
15-year-old kids.
he probably
at a
invited-
Comethazine performance.
He
he
literally
probably
invited
invited
you-
you for that reason.
Yeah, exactly.
No shit.
He's
Yeah,
like,
I
he
love
he
look,
got me to host
Dad
it
has
for
a
free.
Cool friend. and do a meet
Damn,
and do
Travis
a free,
Barker's the goat
and
for
do
that.
a free meet and greet.
I mean, I didn't have to do that. I didn't
I mean,
mind
you
doing
did it
that.
though.
You
did
had
it.
to do
You
that.
had
You're not
to do
going to
it.
show up to a man's house and not fucking be friendly to
Yeah.
his
To-
kids' guests.
But one of his giant fucking Samoan like security guards just became my security guard
That's
all of a
so
sudden. It was
fire.
like the biggest security guard I ever had, and he's just
You
like
literally
holding me
walk
down.
up and get assigned as a security guard.
Dude, this fool is so
But-
big,
That's
God,
so
that's
fire.
hilarious.
monstrous human.
Damn, bro, that's fire.
Yeah,
Shout out to Travis Barker.
I love
He finessed you. I love
that.
that.
A
I
part
love
of
that.
part of like
10
people,
out of 10 story.
People would think it's depressing to have security guards. I
Nah,
love it. It's
that's
the
probably fire.
best because you just get to talk to him. And, like the guy I had for Rolling Loud, he had a fucking knife in his shoe, and he was all hyped to tell me like, "Yo, I got you." He's like, "We don't really got pistols like that in New York, but I got the blade in my shoe, so we good." And he's all like putting it in his shoe and shit. I'm like, "Oh hell yeah, this guy's tight as fuck. He's doing shit he don't even have to do."
Yeah,
He's
facts.
like fucking telling me about all kinds of rapper beef and shit. Who's doing what in Brooklyn and shit. I'm like,
Who to like
"Wow."
watch out for? And
Yeah,
shit?
he's like talking about this dude's a pussy. This dude's real as fuck. This dude shot somebody. Blah blah blah. I'm like, oh my God, I love this. This is amazing. Thank you. I'm paying you like fucking couple $100 for the
Tell
day,
him
and
to
you're
go on
like
the-
an oracle of street knowledge.
Go
Thank
on
you.
No Jumper News Discord.
Yeah.
Tell him to go on there.
Yeah. Pull up, bro. Yo, pull up to my Discord.
Pull up to the Discord.
I really be in the Discord though, because I'll be sitting on the computer for like 8 hours playing poker, and I'll just like be looking at that the
I
whole time.
hate your 5-minute delay. That shit sucks. I get why you do it, but
So
it
weird.
sucks.
What are you talking about?
Like when I
Twitch.
stream poker, I have to have a delay so that nobody will be able to see my cards. Like if they're just watching, and then like it's just weird
That
because
makes
people
sense.
comment and then they don't get to see my reaction for 5 minutes. But then meanwhile, like on Camgirl shit, I send the gifts and it's like boom, it just happens right away, and it's just like so much
And I
more
was like,
gratifying. And it's funny with the poker thing, you have to wait 5 minutes. Like
It makes sense.
my boy BBZ, shout out to BBZ Poker. Search him up on YouTube. Subscribe, like, comment, drop a comment. Say Adam 22 sent you. He's like my coach, right? Like he fucking literally like an hour a week. We just work on poker, and it's fucking so helpful. And we're making some videos together and shit like that. But I gifted 50 subs in his. And oh my God, it was like a party on the stream. It's so cool. You get to like
gift subs?
like then
He gifted me
50,
5.
50 of his fans that are watching just become subscribers. So like, and then he gets the money from them, which is like $5 each, or I think it's 4 after the fee or whatever. So it's like, it's cool for him. And then it's also like cool
No,
for
they
the
actually
fans.
get $2.50.
They get half.
If it's $5, they split. If they're a partner, you split 50-50. If you're like an affiliate or whatever underneath that, like you get less, I believe.
I think you get more than 50-50
You
when
get
you're
50-50. I'll literally show you my back end of my Twitch.
backhand, huh?
Come on,
Anyway,
pause. Wait, when are you streaming
big
next?
pause.
You stream.
I'm streaming tomorrow on twitch.tv/Adam22.
Wait, can you raid me after? So what time do you start and end?
It depends. Like the other day, I ran really good in the tournament, and I fucking ended up having to get off at like midnight. And,
So wait, what time do you start?
Hey.
I try to start at like noon, maybe 1 or 2.
Yo, somebody said.
You start
Yo.
at 1 or 2 and you ended at midnight?
It's happened.
You did a 10-hour poker stream?
Online poker does not come easy. It's like a long, like if you're gonna do good in a tournament, like a long tournament, it's like 8 hours. So I mean, you're in it for the long haul. But it's crazy because I'm so engaged the whole time because I really like poker and like I'm playing music, doing whatever. You know?
So you'll be done maybe around 8.
I play 8 tables at a time too, which you probably think is crazy.
I don't even know what the fuck you're talking
I
about.
was playing 6, but now
Okay, I
I'm
guess
up
I'll
to
just
8.
watch your thing and like kind of
Anyway,
watch
I
when you
was-
are ending.
Trying to tell y'all.
Anyways,
something
rate
Get on
me.
Twitch, bitch.
Raid
I
me,
really
raid
should.
me,
I
raid
think I
me.
mostly should raid other poker players because then they'll do that for me, and that's actually relevant. But I will if you are online and I
Raid
will.
me. Okay.
Because fuck them,
What
I don't
the
know them
fuck?
like that.
Yeah.
Raiding
fuck
is
are
like if I'm on
rated-
Twitch,
yeah.
I have 500 people, and then I
Oh,
say
we can all go over to Cam.
yeah, like I'm ending my stream. I say, boom, we're gonna raid Cam Girl. All of those viewers become her viewers, and then obviously a lot of them start following, subscribing, whatever. So it's very, very good for her channel.
For me.
Man,
People do it for me, and it's
I'm about
amazing.
to make a Twitch, bro. Fuck it. I need to get on this
You
shit.
just
too.
start streaming. It
People
gives
would fucking love me
Okay,
on
but
Twitch, bro. I
let's
already
make
know.
it. It's harder than let's just start Twitch. You
know.
have to get a fucking all the equipment and then
Remember,
all the shit.
I got the green screen.
you know a bunch of
I'm
dummies who'd help you out with
Yeah,
it.
definitely.
easy.
I
It's just a camera.
Apparently, Lucha
it's
and
not
Yuri
more
said-
than just a camera, and you know that.
I didn't
Adam.
do it myself, so I don't actually
Yeah,
really
you know
that.
it's much
but
more than that, and it's fucking complicated.
I'm
You
just gonna
cannot
set-
do it with a MacBook.
I can't do it with a MacBook.
it's a
There's
little
a
bit.
lot
You're
of
better off
problems.
getting a PC and then just
That's
having a
why
camera.
I built
But
my thingy.
Damn
But
it.
think about it. If you just get that, think about Bosco. Bosco just goes to Instagram Live and
Yeah,
shit
that's
and
what I'm
just sits there and talks shit. And he's like known for that. Like you could totally have like a YouTube channel,
Yeah.
a Twitch stream, and all it is like I know so many dudes who are just like random guys in their 20s, including some people who are like sort of like in your category.
Yeah.
And all it is like they make YouTube videos. They talk about something. They think about something they want to talk about. They rant about it on stream, whatever. They clip that part from the stream. They put it on their YouTube channel. I
Yeah,
mean, it's just
that's
like.
it.
I mean, you could technically do, and if you don't want like a really complicated stuff, you can even stream off your phone. There's Streamlabs OBS app on your phone.
And
Really?
Bosco takes
Yeah.
that shit that he streams on his phone and just puts it on his Instagram channel. And he's got like 60,000 subs on his
Yeah.
YouTube channel. He's talking about Billy Otto bringing that 6'9"
That shit
jacket.
is so fucking funny, dude.
Why you got memorabilia, blood? Memorabilia. Why you got memorabilia, blood?
Memorabilia, blood.
Come on, memorabilia, blood.
That shit.
The way he pronounces his B's.
memorabilia.
Bro, Bosco is so fucking bunny.
Oh my god.
It was hilarious.
Did they actually say anything about the sub thing? Was I wrong? I refuse to believe they get half. Holy shit, that
Yes,
was
they
loud.
give you half. What do you think Twitch is getting out of it?
I mean, half just seems
Half
egregious.
is kind of a lot.
It's 50-50. And
I'm
then
about to make my own
if
Twitch,
you're,
nigga.
If you're tier 2, which is $9 a month, then if you're a partner, it's 60-40. And then like the tier 3, I forget what. I don't even look at that. I don't even
okay.
have tier 3 subs.
I have like 70 subs. It's not great.
Well, you're getting like 100 something.
I get like a
150.
couple hundred viewers now.
But you are
They
you
said-
are
they
you
said-
an affiliate?
They said Bosco
No,
should focus on
I don't think
YouTube.
so. Bosco should. If Bosco got a better streaming setup and it was like better quality, it would highlight how bizarre he is as a human being and how he just sits there and streams and just repeats the same shit over and over. And it is so funny and so weird. It would seem even weirder if he had like a proper setup to stream off of.
I'm gonna pay
would love
Yuri and Lucha to help me set it up, and that's it.
Yeah,
I
they
have
can.
I have a friend that can help you too.
You spend $1,000, maybe a little
On-
more,
on
on a
drip.
computer and a camera. Boom.
It's worth
You're
it.
in business.
And you're gonna make all that money back.
I'll,
pretty soon,
I'll
too.
sign you to a rice gum contract. I'll pay for the setup, and then I take like 80% of your money for the rest of your life.
80%.
I'll give
Is
you a
that
Meg
the,
deal.
Is that the
Jesus
rice gum setup?
Christ.
Well, he has like a contract with that girl Abby
Wow.
that he was dating allegedly to like take all
Are
her
you,
money for the rest of her
you
life.
gonna sign me to No Jumper Streams or whatever?
Yeah, I'm gonna start a streaming company where we're just gonna take like the most ridiculous. We're gonna take
The most
80%
ridiculous
of your
cut.
streaming revenue.
Hey,
and
but listen. Okay,
we own all your content.
this might be perfect because I'm honestly thinking about moving to Australia.
What the fuck?
Oh, there he goes again. I'm not even
for
gonna
a
bring
girl?
It up.
Nah, I'll
Of
tell you
course.
about this
Yes,
later. I'll tell you about
yes,
this
it
later.
is.
So if we could set this up for real, I will literally just stream from there.
Or we'll replace you with Yuri.
I mean, you could, yeah.
Or yeah.
I'm just kidding. That would be so crazy. Imagine House Phone was like,
No,
it just
this-
House Phone shows up and starts talking like he's Australian and calling
That
us
would be
cunts and shit.
hilarious.
That'd be so funny. What are
I
you gonna
would
do in
Shrimp on the bobby,
Australia?
mate. I'm gonna stream in Australia.
Oh Lord.
Why not?
Stream. That's what
amount of
we just started
That's
talking
it.
about that. You clearly
Exactly.
are not moving there to do that.
the amount of times
I'm
I've
clearly-
heard you talking about I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna move here, I'm gonna this person, that person. No, we'll see. In 2
facts.
weeks he's gonna want to move to fucking Korea.
You ever
That's
get that
facts.
feeling when you're dating somebody and they start talking about how they want to move somewhere and you're just like thinking like, damn, I ain't going there. I
feel like
that.
I guess you don't. You don't give a fuck about me.
No, me immediately. I'm like, let's go. I'll go.
You're
That's
just
the first thing I
down.
think about.
Let's ride out. I'm down. Let's
I
go.
don't give a fuck, yeah.
Lena knows that she says that to me. I'm like, nah,
Where to where?
no jumper. We're working. I got
Yeah,
shit
facts,
to do.
Facts.
Sorry.
No, it's facts.
Sucks for her though, because she could like do her job wherever. And I'm pretty much married to this fucking
To the
table.
I mean, you could take this anywhere.
Yeah, but there's
It's just-
nobody
If you
with
want to
clout
move-
anywhere else.
His business is based on guests. So
It's like here in New York.
Yeah,
I don't really
exactly.
have to go anywhere. I'm gonna go to
You could go to
fucking.
Texas. You could go to fucking.
I'm gonna go down
Florida.
south and interview some fucking 6ix9ine collaborators. Fuck that.
6ix9ine collaborators
Down
What
in
do you-
Mexico or some shit, wherever the hell.
Oh,
they
he said
say
down.
out.
He said down south. I thought you meant like Atlanta.
I'm not gonna go. I'm not going reggaeton.
What if you went to Canada and just started and like
Just became friends
six
with Drake.
bugs,
Just
six-
Nav. Every
six
week I just
bugs,
interview
you know,
Nav. Every week I do a different
Nav
a
interview.
different person who like Drake's 3rd grade teacher. I just interview
I know.
her.
Just
That'd be
make
crazy,
Make
yeah.
it a Drake YouTube channel.
Basically.
like the Cardi community of Drake
Oh yeah,
community.
I remember the guy's name now. It's Baba Lamb.
Yeah, it's Baba Lamb.
I mean, it's so much easier
Speaking
in my
of lamb,
head.
can we go get halal after we
I
leave
hate
here?
lamb.
Are we
I don't eat lamb.
Eating halal, dropping a lamb.
Okay,
said
are
that?
we
Cardi
getting out of
B.
here, guys?
Are we streaming after?
Yes, at my
Yes.
house.
All right.
Okay, guys.
I'm gonna take another
um,
hit from the fucking.
We're
Yeah,
gonna we're
Dude,
gonna
the plug and
head
play though.
out and head to my house.
They're
So
streaming.
we'll be back in about 30 minutes on this channel. Okay, guys.
Check out Plug and Play. The link is in the description to their YouTube channel, their Instagram, all that shit. I'm pretty sure. Plugplay.com. We're getting high out here.
Also, follow
Wrong side.
follow me on Instagram at Lil House Phone.
Wait, I forgot
Follow
to put
me
the
on
thing in.
Twitch at camgirl.
I got one right here, buddy.
Twitch.tv/camgirl.
Wait, no.
Here.
Here it is. Yeah, you can end it. Appreciate y'all.